Football is powered by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. You can also watch Rams Football with streaming video on MyWinnersRadio.com. Powered by Dale's Harley-Davidson. Rams Football is also sponsored by Rend Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon. Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Banterra Bank. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital. Raising the bar. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Heartland Accounting. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams Football from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler. Rams pregame starts now.
And we welcome you into the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square of Mount Vernon. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside for your Page Agency pregame. Tonight, the 0-4 Mount Vernon Rams look for their first win of the year against the Marion Wildcats. We're glad to have you with us. Jeff Crow bringing you the video on MyWinnersRadio.com. Of course, we're on WMIX tonight. Glad to have you alongside. It's a beautiful evening here in Marion. Of course, all the rain, if you've stayed back home, is in the Mount Vernon area north of it. A line about 15 minutes ago from Farina down to about Woodlawn traveling through the area. We know the Centralia Orphans will be in a lightning delay tonight as they take on the Althoff Crusaders. Carbondale's Ecahokie in the South 7. Of course, the Mount Vernon Rams on the road here at Marion. And, of course, it should be a great night for football. Danny Czerwinski, as I mentioned, is alongside with me, Chris Hugo. Danny, should be a good night. We were worried about rain coming into today, but the percentages kept dropping throughout the night. I know there was still a chance about 7 o'clock here in Marion, but that chance looks to have gone to the north, and we should get a good night of football there.
It should be a very good night here of football at Marion, at least weather-wise speaking. And now we will wait on the national anthem.
We need to honor America from Marion. We'll be back. This is Rams Football from WMIX Sports.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Ill Conduct for the most incredible, heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There'll be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There'll be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Ill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd, only at Dale's Harley-Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctor is required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require this service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Let's go back onto the gridiron on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to the Page Agency pregame. Anytime you need insurance or the like, you can contact the Page Agency 242 pagecompanies.com. Of course, we're broadcasting for the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. View their new or pre-owned inventory online at kingcitychrysler.com and find them on Facebook. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside, of course, Jeff Crow bringing you the video on mywithersradio.com. Jesse Clark is back at our Mount Vernon studio. We're glad to have you with us tonight from Marion as the Rams travel south on 57 to take on the Wildcats, who come in 3-1 on the year. They are 1-0 in the South, 0-1 in the South 7 Conference after falling to Cahokia last week, 28-14, and a very atypical Lewis under center out of the shotgun, I should say, last week. Danny, 6 interceptions. Some trouble for the Marion offense. Cahokia picks up the win, and now they're looking to take it out on the Mount Vernon Rams.
Well, Marion last week kind of stubbed their toe, as I dubbed it on our Facebook page, facebook.com, WMIX Sports, because they had one here at home. They could be 4-0, 1-0 in the conference, and they had a bad off night last week. Cahokia came in, 6 interceptions by Marion last week. Cahokia wins 28-14 after Marion beat Granite City at home, one at Mattoon double digits, one against Harrisburg here by double digits, was rolling in the last week 3-1. Now in week 5, maybe a loss. What you learn is the fact that maybe Coach Martin has his Wildcats even more focused than what they were before.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they react here tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams, meanwhile, 0-4 on the year, also 0-1 in the South 7 Conference after a loss last week to the Crusaders to open up the conference season. And Danny, the Rams, we said had to get it done last week, but definitely have to get it done here tonight.
Well, it's a matter of case. I mean, this is the first week officially of playoff eliminations. If your team or a team goes 0-5, loses their 5th game of the year tonight, then it's officially over, and that team is out of contention for the playoffs for Mount Vernon, not able to get back in unless somehow they were to go 3-2 and everybody else loses games in the conference. So it's a problem right now. In the case for Mount Vernon, you have to win out. If you get 5 wins, you go 5-4, you're in the playoffs. Mount Vernon will have plenty of playoff points. Problem is, you're on the road against a Marion team that was beat last week here at home. They're not going to want to lose 2 games in a row here at Marion at the high school.
They are not. We're going to need to take a quick break here on the Page Agency pregame. About 10 minutes before we get this one started here at Marion. We're glad to have you with us. WMIX, mywithersradio.com. We'll take that break. This is Rams Football presented by Community First Bank.
We can't believe you missed last week's Saturday Sports Show, presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. To those who tuned in on WMIX or mywithersradio.com, we enjoyed your company. But if you missed the area scores, in-depth interviews with the region's coaches, or missed out on the WMIX Sports question on Twitter and Facebook, the path to forgiveness is easy. Listen to previous Saturday Sports Show episodes on demand at mywithersradio.com. It's that simple. Or next Saturday morning, you could tune in after the 8 o'clock news. Either way, we forgive you.
Announcing Schmidt Ford of Salem, sales lineup. Paula, the Gardner Russell. Jason, the Mini Webb. Steve, the Sleeper Hopsy. Francis Mac McIntosh. Mac, the Hacker Reed. Jill, the Gambler McManus. Rick, part-time Vale. Jim, no pressure Barkett. Dak, the Dealmaker Johnson. And Mike, the Hunter Russell. From our team to your team, Schmidt Ford of Salem wishes all our local sports teams a safe and winning season.
Do you feel like there just isn't enough time to get everything done? Back-to-school errands taking up all of your spare time? Hi, this is Monica Wilt with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. Sign up for online banking at peoplesnationalbank.com and save time by paying all of your bills on the web. Just set up a vendor, enter the amount, and you're done. Online banking from People's National Bank. Let us help you take back your spare time.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Rend Lake College's Adult Volunteer Literacy Program is looking for volunteers to help stop adult illiteracy. Give the gift of reading and be a hero forever. RLC will provide you with training and materials to help adults develop the basic reading ability needed to excel. You can work one-on-one, tutor a small group, or work with students in an adult education classroom. Experience the joy of helping others and change a life. Call RLC's Volunteer Partnership toll-free at 800-369-5321, extension 1342, 800-369-5321, extension 1342.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Marion. The Marion Wildcats, Mount Vernon Rams, about 8 minutes away from kickoff here. Glad to have you with us for the Page Agency pregame, 242-7000, pagecompanies.com. Next time you need a quote, make it the Page Agency on Crownview in Mount Vernon. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow is with us as well, bringing you the tight shots on mywithersradio.com. Jesse Clark is back in our Mount Vernon studio. Overjoyed to have you with us, of course, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll tell you more about the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX throughout the evening. But, Danny, good night here in Marion, not having the weather they apparently are having in Centralia. They are in a lightning delay. We'll have plenty of scores throughout the night. A lot of great contests going on in Week 5. As you said earlier, it is the first official week of playoff elimination.
Playoff eliminations going on tonight in the South 7 Conference. Of course, as you just mentioned, the game of the night, Altoff is at Centralia. Carbondale, an interesting game at Cahokia to see if Carbondale can bounce back from their loss at home against Centralia. It's rivalry week in the Black Diamond, Fairfield Carmine, Chester JC, SVWW at CZR, what I like to call the Hyphen Bowl. Hamilton County's at El Dorado and Vienna at Alvarado Trico, game of the week on Channel 3. Those are all rivalry weeks. In the River-to-River Conference, it's, of course, conference play. Murphy at Benton in an interesting one. Massac at Harrisburg. Heron at West Frankfort. That's a real interesting game as well. That could be a program changer for Brian Beery and his West Frankfort Redbirds if they could beat Heron at home tonight. Pinckneyville at AJ in a very interesting ball game, too. Nashville at Carterville and Sparta at DuQuoin as the Indians, who started 0-2, should probably be 3-2 once tonight is over and right back in playoff contention.
Of course, those are some games going on around the region tonight. We need to finish talking about this one between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Marion Wildcats when we return. I understand they never start on time. They always start early here at Marion. We'll sneak in our last break, come back, tell you what's going on here tonight and what the Mount Vernon Rams may be able to do to come home with a win in South 7 Conference play. This is Rams Football presented by Community First Bank.
I'm leading Wild to Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A shower or gusty thunderstorm in spots early and then becoming clear overnight, a low 50. Now look for tomorrow, lots of sunshine, breezy and cool. High 68. Clear and colder tomorrow night, a low of 37 to 41. Sunday, bright sunshine and cool with a high 65. And on Monday, sunny to partly cloudy and nice, a high temperature of 69. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The 2012 Chrysler 200 is the fastest-growing sedan in its class, which is precisely why only a few remain at King City Chrysler Center. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Chrysler dealer in Mount Vernon. With 0% financing for up to 72 months or up to $3,500 in cash-back rebates, we expect our remaining Chrysler 200s to move quickly. A top safety pick with best-in-class horsepower and fuel economy, as well as a touchscreen radio, you can get where you're going quickly and safely with a touch of luxury. See one of our sales associates today at King City Chrysler Center, Mount Vernon, or see our selection at KingCityChrysler.com. Also, did you know King City Chrysler is also a rental car location? Whether you want to take a weekend drive or feel like a celebrity on vacation in a luxury ride, Hertz can help you get the job done. You can find them on location right here at King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway, Mount Vernon, and find us on Facebook.
This is Joe David Cummins from Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Marion. WMIX video online tonight at MyWithersRadio.com. 5 shy of the top of the 7 o'clock hour here in the Central Time Zone from Marion High School. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow is with us as well. And Jesse Clark is back at our Mount Vernon studio. Always a fun time to come here in Marion. Just want to say right off that we appreciate the hospitable nature. Mike Shornack, the AD here, among others, who have taken care of us here tonight. Always a dandy job, always a bang-up job when they host an event here at Marion. It's Pink Out Night here in Marion. And so if you're watching on MyWithersRadio.com, you see the Marion Wildcats dressed in special jerseys tonight with the regular navy blue, but the trim will be pink tonight in honor of some Marion staff members battling cancer and as well as honoring those who have passed away for cancer and then trying to support the fight, more or less, the fight against cancer. So it's a great night here in Marion, good cause, and of course, always a special night, and it's great that we can be a part of it.
Over 1,000 T-shirts were sold previous. The order forms were in by September 10th. 1,000 Pink Out T-shirts in front of us, a sea of pink, plus the jerseys, as you mentioned, of people who have lost their battle or who have won their battle or currently battling their fight with breast cancer. And then all this money raised. You see students dressed and painted, their bodies painted in pink. I see someone down there carrying the Marion flag. It's in pink pants, pink shirt. I mean, it's Ian Poulter-esque style dress down there, if you know PGA. It is a very good cause, very worthwhile. It's lots of pink, and it's good to see something like this can be supported so well on what will turn out to be a great evening for football here in Week 5.
Of course, before we get to the starting lineups tonight, presented by Central Christian Church, what can the Rams do here to try to steal a victory from Marion and make them 0-2 in the South 7?
Well, number one, you have to control the football, and that means getting yardage, getting first downs, run that clock. Number two, you cannot have a bunch of turnovers. If you turn the ball over against this team, they're going to take advantage short field with their passing game, spread offense. Number three, eliminate the big plays. Last week, Mount Vernon gave up 7 touchdowns of 30-some-odd yards or more on plays. You cannot let that go on if you want to expect not only to win this game, but to win 5 in a row and make the playoffs here come at the end of October into early November.
Well, we'll see how it happens here tonight. Of course, for the Mount Vernon Rams offensively tonight, their starters are the quarterback Clayton Reeves. He'll be under the center of Jacob Stern. Also on the line tonight are Enrique Lamb Vaughn, Josh Borland, Tyler Bradley, and of course, I'm missing part of my list, but I believe Eli Phillips, the other lineman, getting the start tonight. Of course, his wide receivers, Clayton Reeves, will be Patrick Bradford and Zane Young. The running backs tonight, according to what I have, are Robert Grider, C.J. Lloyd, and Doug Gardner unofficially for the Mount Vernon Rams. They'll be dressed in their away whites tonight with black pants, solid black helmets, and black numerics on the jerseys trimmed in orange, while the Wildcats will be in their navy blue helmets with the Michigan-like emblem on the right side. And then, of course, they will be in their navy pants tonight, but special jerseys that we talked about earlier, they are navy, numerics and last names of survivors, fighters, and beaters, survivors. Yeah, sure, there we go.
Marion,
honoring them tonight in pink.
We talk about Mount Vernon's must-win here tonight. Marion kind of in that similar situation as well. They will go to Althoff next week and Centralia in Week 7. Carbondale home, of course, in rivalry week in the South 7 in Week 8, and then have to make that long trip to Normandy, Missouri for a Saturday afternoon game. So not counting tonight, 3 of their last 4 games on the road, and if you're Marion standing at 3-1, kind of feeling good about yourself, you got to be real careful to be laid back. If you're Marion, this is almost a must-win. You can't go 0-2 in the conference. You want to have a shot to win that conference title, but you don't want to be 3-2 and heading on the road for the next 3 out of 4 weeks.
Well, I think about a battle looming with the Centralia Orphans, and depending upon what they do tonight, get a big win over Althoff perhaps at home when that one finally gets underway, and that's really going to set the tone for that conference race.
It will, and I know that game's going to set the tone. Carbondale-Cahokia may have something to say about it as well. Interesting games here tonight. Everybody's got a little different battle. Centralia's wanting to stay undefeated. Althoff wants to knock Centralia from there and get a win after Centralia got them last year. Then you look at Marion's wanting to rebound this week. Mount Vernon's trying to avoid 0-5. Carbondale trying to get back on a winning track after losing to Centralia. Cahokia trying to keep it going after winning a big road game. Everybody's got a different agenda in the South 7 tonight in all of these 3 football games.
Of course, incredible things are happening at Central Christian Church in Mount Vernon. Look no further than thenewcentral.com, where you can watch their Friday night and Sunday services online. It is thenewcentral.com, Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. Kickoff to come right up, straight up 7 o'clock. So Mr. Trude proven wrong tonight. They will start right at 7 for the first time this year.
Maybe the first time he's been wrong. Of course, there's Mike 1, Mike 2, Mike Trude tonight when we did it.
That was pretty clutch. Here comes the kickoff from number 81, Cook, back to return, where Hunter and Lloyd will be. Lloyd on the near side, gets to the 20, looking to cut back far side at the 25, where the Rams will start 1st and 10. Just underway, 11:53 left to go in this first quarter. 7 seconds in, no score. The Rams' first drive this game will be of the utmost importance, and they need to set that tone as they have started off most games this year with the ball first.
And again, they've tried to set the tone, and they've tried to do some things, and they've been able to gain first downs, but a lot of times haven't been able to score until the game's out of hand. Mount Vernon needs to do something early, control the clock, get first downs, gain yardage, and put some points on the board.
As we await these Mount Vernon Rams, split to the left, it'll be Bradford. On the right, it'll be Zane Young. Your quarterback under center will be Clayton Reeves. It'll be Lloyd, Grider, among others, and it is going to be a handoff coming up that right side off tackle between the hashes, but closer to the near side as they get toward the 30-yard line. And that was a great carry by the Rams to start this one off.
Gardner up the middle for a plunge of about 3 yards. And Mount Vernon will run the clock, as we say, and they will try to control it as well as Reeves will run to the sideline and come back. One of the last few teams that do that anymore, getting plays from the sideline where the quarterback runs over and runs back. A lot of teams going with the wristband system in recent years.
11:25 to play in the opening quarter. It is 2nd and about 7 for the Rams, who got 3 on the play. Reeves will be under center. The ball's spotted on the near hash. Split to the left, not quite. In the left slot, it will be Bradford. In motion, it'll be Grider coming around. It's going to come to him off of a counter, and he will get to about the 30. Not a gain of much. That'll bring up 3rd down. Gain of
Not
1.
much. It was strung out very nicely. Gain of 1, and things will go on. But it's one of those deals where you see Mount Vernon got strung out. Quick linebacking core from Marion, arrayed in a variety of colors, pink, blue, green, yellow, all kinds of things, even some orange. So that his Wildcat defense, especially in the linebacking core, very quick. They're electing tonight. They're going to put 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and go with 4 secondary people here this evening so far.
Yeah, Young will be split to the right, Bradford on the left. Same back personnel here for the Rams. Reeves under center, 3rd and 6 from the 30. It's going to be a handoff coming to about the 31. On the near side, running into a wall that time, I believe. Don't have the best viewpoint here. I believe it might have been Grider.
Yeah, there was nothing up the middle, Chris. I mean, that was closed up very quickly. Mount Vernon had no chance to get anything there, and they will have to punt deep in their territory.
So the Wildcat offense will make themselves known here in just a moment, assuming there's no trickery here on the part of the Rams. It is 4th and 6 from the Ram 30. We drop below the 10-minute mark here in a scoreless first quarter. Back to punt, it's Bradford. Wildcats looking to return in the form of Jawan Tucker. He stands about the near hash just beyond the 45-yard line. It's going to go far side here, tailing away. Might take a Marion bounce. No, it takes a Ram bounce to about the 43-yard line in Marion territory. So the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10 from their own 43, and now we'll see Matt Lewis in the Marion offense. Matt Lewis, of course, is 6'5", 210-pound senior quarterback for these Wildcats. 6 interceptions a week ago. But from reading a lot of the ink and hearing a lot of the things said, that many expect him to bounce back and have a strong game tonight and take it out on the Mount Vernon Rams.
This field runs east to west, the wind blowing out of the southwest across to the northeast. As some of the balloons have gotten away from the bleachers here at Marion, you can tell where the wind is by them trailing along.
So they will spread out the personnel. A couple of backs here for Lewis out of the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Number 23 has it. That is John Dalton. Gets to the left side. Who's trying to make a break for it past the 45. Down to the opposing 36-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
I'm thinking Mr. Dalton, based on him and his name and seeing him, he had an older brother here about 10 years ago. He used to be, when Kerry Martin was here, was the main cog in the Marion offense in Kerry Martin's first couple of years here at Marion.
So Dalton, a big carry there, and the Wildcats will split Jawan Tucker to the right side. Lewis is your quarterback out of the shotgun this time. Going to go to the opposite man. That'll be Henry Jones right up the middle, making a break for it as he cuts to the outside at the 10. 5, touchdown. And that is going to be a 46-yard touchdown run for Henry Jones, who only had 47 yards a week ago.
And again, there you go, a 46-yard touchdown run. Again, 8 straight plays now for Mount Vernon where the touchdown yardage on the play has been 30 yards or more, just on a direct handoff right off the middle, and the delayed handoff, in fact, went off the left side of the center, which would be the one hole, and nobody there to catch him.
If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dixina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. They are the official voice of the Rams here on WMIX. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Marion. 4 minutes past the 7 o'clock hour, and not even 3 minutes and 39 seconds into this one, and it's 7-0.
Well, it is a problem, Chris. I mean, it's one of those deals where Mount Vernon, again, for the 8th straight play, has given up a touchdown of 30 yards or more. That's 8 straight in a row, and you cannot do that at any level and expect to be successful. Defense was not in position. Safety was sucked up on the play action and the delay. He took it down the middle of the field, took it to the outside. No one was home.
No one home indeed. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. A lot of the folks electing to stay home tonight. Not making the trek down here to Marion. A very sparse Ram crowd across the way, so we're glad to have you with us, we hope. Here on WMIX, video online tonight at mywithersradio.com is fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. A party every weekend, and Dale's is the only Harley dealer in Southern Illinois that offers a 10-year life of cycle warranty. Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon on Facebook, Twitter, and Dales-HD.com. Back to return for the Rams. It'll be Lloyd, your far man. I believe Hunter is your near man. Are they okay?
I felt you must have been moving around behind me.
Yeah, because I can't see a thing.
Oh, it's reverb. That's what it is down here.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I feel you now.
Yeah.
On the kick is number 81, Jeremy Cook. Had a nice kickoff earlier and wasn't returned for much by the Rams. It'll come near side. Looks like they're going near side again to Hunter. Picks it up at about the 9. Trying to cut to that hash. Now trying to get to the outside, but between the hashes, he's brought down at the 20. Where the Rams will have it 1st and 10, trailing 7-0 to the Wildcats. 9:15 to play in the first.
Well,
beautiful night for football, though.
It comes out to this. You have to make some plays. And the Mount Vernon defense right now is not making them, so the offense has to do something. You have to run some yardage. You have to get some first downs. Basically, you have to get some points. I mean, you can say it's like first down and yardage very much. This is going to be a key drive. If Mount Vernon doesn't do anything here or get a first down, has to punt into the wind again, this Marion Wildcat team is going to be salivating. Know the issue that Mount Vernon has with points. They could really put a hammer down.
Young split to the right with a man to the left. It's going to be a pitch to the right side now for C.J. Lloyd, trying to break to that sideline. Almost tackled for a loss and rolled up over his neck. Hopefully he'll be okay, but I'm going to call that a no gain.
That was
Second
a
and 10.
no-gainer. Mount Vernon's run 4 plays from scrimmage, have 4 yards of offense. Running the blocking up front right now. A lot of white-shirted Rams getting pushed back off the snap of the football. That is not a good sign.
Not a good sign at all. We'll see what the Rams come with here. We have about 8:47 to go in this first quarter, 7-0. Marion on top. It's going to be Lloyd in motion again, but they're going to go up to Doug Gardner up the middle, maybe chunked a few on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and about 7.
3-yard gain.
8:28 to play in this opening quarter. 7-0. Marion is on top here as they struck early. Trying not to strike off, and the Rams defense will have to have something to say about that. But now it's up to the Ram offense to try to get something done here in the first quarter.
Third and a long. First down would be huge. Points would be bigger.
So 3rd down and 2 to go here for the Rams. They will split Mr. Pat Bradford off to the left side. Off to the right, it'll be Zane Young. Same backs to the backfield with Gardner and Young. It looks like it's going to be a QB keeper from a couple of yards out, trying to sneak it through, and that's going to be stopped for maybe a gain of a half of a yard. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he didn't get very much. 3rd and 3 on a quarterback keeper with a guy that's about 5 and 7. That's a tough move there. It'll be 4th down and length of the body. Clayton Reeves coming on. Mount Vernon's been known to go for it in this situation. It sure looks like Mount Vernon's going to go for it here. 4th and about 3/4 of a yard, I would say. Serves him right. People listening tonight, we want to thank those listening and watching tonight on their way to various football games in the area.
Yes, they are. Clayton Reeves, the man under center, trying to get Marion to jump offside here on 4th down. Almost bit. It'll be a man in motion. Lloyd going to go up the right side, trying to break to the outside. He gets first down yardage. He dives to about the 35-yard line. Well, probably spotted about the 34 for a gain of 5.
And that was huge. Clayton came up to the line, tried to draw Marion off sides. Once that was completed, then you could see him go back with a quick handoff to the right side to Lloyd, catch him off guard. That was key.
Key indeed. There is no doubt about that. 7:07 to play in this first quarter. 7-0. Wildcats on top. Rams trying to keep the chains moving here. We'll have a Rend Lake College player of the game coming up in our post-game show. That'll be quite a while away, though. At Rend Lake College, you get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. Same personnel for the Rams. It'll be Grider in motion this time. It's going to come to Gardner off tackle left side. Gets to about the 37. Gain of a couple to bring up 2nd and 8 here at the 6:42 mark of the first quarter.
Up the middle, not much.
Plenty of scoreboard updates coming your way. One we neglected to talk about in the pregame, and that's mostly my fault, is the Milk Bowl between Central and Mater Dei. Battle of Breeze.
Mater Dei's won a few of them in a row, maybe 10 in a row, something like that. Mater at 36th annual. That is a fun time in Breeze, Illinois tonight, early tomorrow.
For a little too fun for some.
Yeah, maybe continues into tomorrow afternoon. Who knows?
It might. Double wingback set here, spread for the Rams with the man under center. It's Reeves, the quarterback. It's going to be a counter going up the right side for Lloyd, trying to break off tackle, now trying to get to the sideline, past the 45 down to about the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 10. It'll bring up 1st and 10 as a change move for the Rams.
As I said, your defense is not making plays. They're only giving up big plays right now. It's time for the offense to step up. Sometimes it's usually vice versa. This time, Mount Vernon with Lloyd off the right side, big hole. Offensive line made some blocks, held them nicely, not illegally obviously, but pushed their blocks, and Lloyd got the big first down up to the Mount Vernon 48-yard line.
See what the Rams do here. Shy of midfield, ball spotted on the far hash. Double wingback set spread here for the orange and black. And they're away whites tonight with black numerics trimmed in orange, black pants, solid black helmets. As the senior quarterback Reeves is under center. Man in motion is going to be Lloyd. Going to be a handoff to Gardner up the middle. He's stuffed. There's a wall there for the Wildcats. credit Gardner for getting back to the LOS. No gain. It's 2nd and 10. I think at that point you have to take it.
Have to take that no gain. Once you get strung up back there behind the line of scrimmage, you want to get back there as what you want to see.
Ball spotted on that far hash for the Rams. Again, it's 2nd and 10. The ball is on their own 48-yard line. Zane Young split to the right, split to the left. It'll be Pat Bradford. Everybody in the backfield, full house, if you will, for these Rams. Clayton Reeves under center. And he will experience some pressure. It's a quick handoff, and Lloyd's not going to get anything out of it. A wall is there again. What a presence felt by the Marion O-line. The linebackers coming up for some help. It'll be 3rd and 10.
As they start figuring out Marion, and they've seen on film in 4 weeks, they're going to put 11 guys in the box. And they may have 11 guys within about 7 or 8 yards of the line of scrimmage because they know Mount Vernon passing the ball hasn't been very often in each game this year. And you can crowd up that line of scrimmage. The box is 10 yards, but a lot of times you see Marion now with 11 inside 10 now inside the box. Those free safeties are going to creep up even closer, probably about 7 yards, 8 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
4:30 to play in the first quarter. Still 7-0 Marion on the road here in Williamson County. Reeves is under center in motion. Lloyd again. Looked like it was intended to be a counter, and there was a definite fumble. There was no transition there on the counter, and it'll be lost about the 45-yard line. If the Rams have it, it's going to be 4th and long.
Yep.
If they don't have it, it's going to be a Marion first down. It's going to be 4th and long.
Came out at the line of scrimmage, bounced around. The down marker needs to move. Thank you very much. It'll move back. Mount Vernon, that ball lucky that they at least can punt the football and maybe make it a little tougher on Marion on this drive.
3:58 to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 is your score. Marion on top. Mount Vernon Rams Football, of course, presented by Community First Bank. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Tucker back to return to the Wildcats. Along the far hash, about his own 25-yard line. Bradford on the punt for the Rams. That's a pretty good snap, and it's going to be a tight spiral punt. It's going to go out of bounds. I have it at about the 35. We'll see where the official spot takes us. As it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Working on getting you some scores tonight. They'll be brought to you by Tony Wilton State Farm Insurance. As slowly rolling in, many getting underway.
Johnson City leads Chester 7-0, and Benton and Murfreesboro have scored back-to-back touchdowns, 6-6. Red Hill up on the Pioneers tonight, 6-0. And of course, Centray Altoff in that lightning delay as of now, nothing coming in from there as of yet or any other place in Southern Illinois.
Red Hill Pal Hutt, that's a good game tonight in the LIC. 3:31 to play in the first. Tony Wilt is your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower or online at TonyWilt.com. He'd like you to join the State Farm team. Walk in, call in, or click in. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Lewis looking for the quick connect to the right side. It'll be Jawan Tucker trying to shake a man at the 40. It'll be completed for a gain of about 1 yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Mount Vernon pursuit very good that time from the linebacking core. Got in there and brought him down pretty quickly. Very nice job with that 1 yard gain.
See what the Wildcats go with here. You know they're going to spread it out. Kerry Martin has done a phenomenal job in his time here changing the football culture, creating it at Marion. Left side's going to be Henry Jones again. Scampered for 48 and a touchdown earlier. Now in his second carry, he's going to get 1 as he goes left to the far hash. It'll be at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 8. Good job by the Rams defense here.
Nice job so far. Keep it up. See if they can force Marion to do some things they don't want to do. Maybe Marion be a little conservative here early with the 6 interceptions last year.
Lewis talking to his backs now. Of course, in the backfield, he does have number 17, Henry Jones. Also has John Dalton. In the backfield, split to the right, it is Jawan Tucker. Of course, Marion in these special pink uniforms tonight. They're navy with pink trim, pink numerics, and, of course, honoring survivors, fighters, and those who have fallen to the ugly disease that is cancer on the back. It'll be Lewis, the right-hander, looking to pass to the right side. Trying to scramble now to stay away from the Ram defense. Good block in the backfield there now. Grider comes, and he's going to ground it out of bounds.
Now there's a flag. Oh, my goodness.
That should definitely
How
be
they
a flag.
didn't see Grider lift Lewis up, throw him up in the air, and throw him to the ground right in front of the head referee who's back behind the Marion scrimmage, and now we're going to have a flag.
I was going to say, that is inexcusable.
Well, here's the problem with that, Chris. No flags were thrown, at least from the referee I was watching. Maybe the side judge on the Mount Vernon side saw it, and now they're discussing it. And we call it like it is. Play was done. Play was over. It's an incomplete pass. There's no reason to pick up Matt Lewis, the quarterback of Marion, and pick him up and throw him down like that. It'll be nobody. I cannot believe there won't be a flag on this.
Should be.
I mean, it's plain as day here on the video. It was an obvious penalty.
Well, we'll see what happens, of course. Sarah Staley is your country financial agent in Mount Vernon, one of our booster sponsors for Rams Athletics on WMIX. Tomorrow is the day that anything could happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial in Mount Vernon, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan that meets your goals. Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security? Glad to have you with us. WMIX, MyWithersRadio.com. First quarter action from Marion.
Wow.
Wildcats on top, 7-0. 2:07 to play in this first quarter. And it will be 4th and 6 for the Wildcats. No, I guess they picked up the flag.
I'm telling you, there was no flag to pick up.
Oh, they never threw.
Because the referee ran over and talked to the side judge on the other side, the Mount Vernon side, and there was nothing.
Sorry,
and they talked about it, and they looked at each other. The flag was out. Then they put the flag back in. Marion's got a punt. That's a huge break from Mount Vernon in this game.
I thought a sidewalk slam got you 15, Tony Schiavone. Here it comes on the punt. Rams looking to return. Deep man, it'll be Gardner. He's going to let it bounce out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. 1:59 to play in the first quarter. Rams get a big break on a no call, and they'll have a 1st and 10.
Because the no call, the penalty of the unsportsmanlike contact would have been 15 yards and a first down, whereas it's just an incomplete pass. Now there is a penalty flag, and it's stuck back here at the 46-yard line. Referees are talking to Marion, so this will be a march off against Mount Vernon. Some other extracurricular activities being reported from across the Mount Vernon sideline over on that way as far as what play went on the play before the quarterback getting hit, so not sure what other kinds of things are going on over there on this football field.
Everybody just needs to be careful.
It's a 10-yard walk-off against Mount Vernon. Looks like a block in the back or a hold happened on the punt.
Interesting.
So now they're stepping off again. This a double penalty? Hold on, you already marked it off. Well, what do we have going on here? They've already marked off 10. Now they're marking off 15. That's a hold against Mount Vernon. They marked it off twice as much. What in the world? The ball was at the 28. Now they're back at the 12. That's a 16-yard penalty.
Not half the distance to the goal because that's more than half. Interesting.
I don't know.
1:59 to play here in the first quarter. Marion on top, 7-0. Rams will have the football, 1st and 10, deep in their own territory from their own 12-yard line. Man, oh man, glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow with us on the roof here at Marion. He is. We're not. We're safe in the shelter. Lewis and the Wildcats stalled. A no call on the penalty may have changed that, and they're going to go up the middle here on this run. It's to about the 15-yard line for a gain of 3.
I'll tell
Clayton
you what.
Reeves on a rollout quarterback keeper.
Well, they did keep his momentum going, so he got about 3 yards. Clayton Reeves never hit the ground, so that'd be interesting to see if they were going to call that. They blew the whistle, said his momentum was stopped.
So a gain of 3 for the Ram quarterback Clayton Reeves. 3.5, make it 2nd and 6. Ball will be on the 16-yard line. Spotted down the middle. Between the hashes now for the Rams. Splits to the left side. I believe I saw Jacoby Marshall. Split to the right, it'll be Zane Young. Your backs on the right wing back, it'll be Robert Grider. Left wing back, C.J. Lloyd. Your tailback is Doug Gardner with your quarterback Clayton Reeves under the center stern. It's going to be, I thought it was up the right side initially. It looks like it's going to be Gardner on the handoff. Between the tackles up the middle, stuffed for about, I don't know, maybe chunked a few off on that one to bring 3rd and short.
They're saying first down.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting spots tonight.
I'd
interesting
say.
stuff from this crew. Mount Vernon has 3 first downs. Kind of a Mount Vernon pace type of game here with under a minute to go in this first quarter.
Well, if you recall, last year was kept very tight, very close in that first half on a game that was lightninged out on Friday. Had to be played on Saturday, and then Marion kind of ran away with it in that second half. So we'll see if the Rams can avoid that here tonight. Reeves back under center. Man in motion is going to be Grider. Reeves is rolling to his right side. He's going to pull it down and keep it. He will. Rushes up the far sideline. Pushed out of bounds. Tackled out of bounds at about the 28. Should be a gain of about 5 or 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
The linebacker's unaware of the line of scrimmage. Reeves kept ball faking after he got past the line of scrimmage. Obviously, you can't throw it. He gained 5 yards pump faking the linebackers. And Mount Vernon, this will be a surprise to many in Southern Illinois. At the end of the first quarter, Mount Vernon finds himself down 7-0. We'll see if Mount Vernon elects to run another play with only 15 seconds left to go in the first.
There you have it. It'll be 2nd and about 5 to go here for the Rams. The ball on the far hash at about the 28-yard line. Reeves will be under center. Going to have to get the play off. Maybe not. Trying to bite him off sides. Looks like they might have bit.
Wow. That
If
will
so,
drive coaches crazy.
If so, that would be very close to a first down.
Marion with the 5-yard walk-off, their first of the quarter.
We'll move the chains, and it will move the chains.
They'll start the clock. So I would say that'll be the end of the quarter, and it will be.
One would assume. 7-0 Wildcats, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. After one, the Marion Wildcats 7, the Mount Vernon Rams nothing. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 32 years. And many are priced under $10,000. Plus, most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto. Living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Watch Rams football online at MyWinnersRadio.com. Fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson.
And we welcome you back, WMIX, MyWinnersRadio.com. Mount Vernon Rams football as we head to quarter number 2. The Rams trailing Marion 7-0 on the road. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside, presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Familiar faces and new places, Bank with Ray and Bria. Community First Bank's 42nd Street location in Mount Vernon. And welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. It will be 1st and 10 for the Rams. The ball will be on the 33.5-yard line, spotted on the near hash. Right split end will be Zane Young on the left side. Pat Bradford once again. Your wingbacks will be C.J. Lloyd in motion. It's going to be a fumbled handoff. Looks like Marion might have it. The good block there by the Ram on his own man, and that allowed to the fumble.
Problem was there were some blue shirts in the backfield. Grider didn't even get the handoff without being touched by a blue shirt. Bodies from Mount Vernon too close to each other, running into each other, and that was the botched snap and a fumble that happened.
Well, it looks like the Rams do retain possession, though it'll be a loss of about 3. 2nd and 3 from the 31-yard line. In their own territory, 11:30 to play in this first half. The Marion Wildcats lead this one to a tune of 7-0. We'll have a Second Chance Auto halftime show after the second quarter. Recap the first half and talk about the second. Second Chance Auto brings that to you. It'll be Reeves rolling out to the right side, giving chase to the Marion linebacker. Can he escape? Trying to break to the far sideline. Gets to about the 30, dives out of bounds, so won't be sacked. Loses, I think, 1, maybe a no-gainer. We'll give him credit for the no-gain. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Yep, not much there. Got strung out, and then a right-handed quarterback rolling to his left. Hard for him to throw, unable to make the throw, and couldn't get a first down.
Sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes. 11-11 to play in this first half. 7-0. Marion on top. The Rams trying to get something going. Have only had a few first downs on the evening. Trying to keep it alive. I believe they've had 3 first downs, if my memory recalls. One of them was on an offside penalty on the Wildcats. 7-0 Marion to speak. 11-11 to play in this first half. Split to the right, it'll be Young. On the left side, far, it will be Pat Bradford. What are they going to do? It's going to be Reeves rolling out. Finds a seam as he breaks towards the near side on the course. At crossing midfield, 45-40. 35 is where he'll be brought down as he rolls to about the 32-yard line. Loss of football. Should be down by contact if he did. With 11:03 to play, a good rolling run by Clayton Reeves, the Ram quarterback.
Moving the football running-wise. Reeves to the outside. Marion tucked in again. When you start moving those 11 guys in that side, that box area at 7-8 yards, the angles are taken away, and Reeves bounced to the outside. Had a 30-yard pickup here on running to the outside. Mount Vernon at the Marion 34-yard line now.
That's the type of thing the Rams are going to need. Trailing 7-0 as we drop below the 11-minute mark here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top, scored on a Henry Jones 47-yard run on their first drive. So we'll see what the Rams are able to do here, getting closer to the Marion red zone. Grider will be in motion. It's going to be to Gardner. Makes it up the middle. Takes a few guys with him. He straddles down to about, the 26-yard line. So it'll be a slight gain, a pretty big gain under the circumstances, though. Be a gain of about 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Nice run there by Gardner. Get up the middle. Mount Vernon's found something, Chris. They found they can run a little bit. Now that Marion has sucked in and put those guys in. They're going to have to maybe move back a little bit because Mount Vernon, once they get to the outside, they can make some major yardage.
10:09 to play in this first half. It'll be Young again, split right. Split left, it'll be Pat Bradford. Your right wing back will be number 25, Miller Gray. Left wing back will be Lloyd. Miller Gray's in motion. It is going to be to Miller Gray to have some trouble with it. Went to the left side, got to the far hash, spins across the 20 down to about the 16. Wow, and that'll be a gain of about 9 for a first down.
Sometimes you got to have some breaks. Gray dropped that ball on the ground just like a basketball, bounce right back up in his hands. That football doesn't bounce like that all the time. Runs for 10 yards and a first down, and Mount Vernon on a significant drive here, moving to football. This will be their 6th play of the drive here as they move down inside the 20-yard line of Marion down to the 16.
At the 16 in the red zone. It's 7-0. Marion on top. 9:38 to play in the first half. The Rams threatening. This has typically been going by past precedent where they shoot themselves in the foot. They're going to try to get it done here. Reeves is under center. Gray in motion again. Reeves was pushed. Where did it go? It did not go for much. It might have been Gardner who got it off. I don't know how he would have gotten to that handoff, but it'll be a slight loss, if not a no gain.
Wow. It's been good. It's been ugly at times.
So it'll be second at about 11 here for the Rams. On the Marion 17, ball spotted on the far hash. 7-0 Wildcats on top here in this first half. We'll have a Rinn Lake College player of the game coming up in our post-game show. Rinn Lake College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands. Reeves rolling to the left side again. He got rid of it. It was actually a handoff that was eventually fumbled by Gardner. It was able to hang on, I believe, got to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be
that would be an incomplete pass. Ball was forward.
He did throw?
Yeah, he threw it. That's an incomplete pass.
It was out of my sight line.
Incomplete pass. Well, push me out of the way if you need to.
It's all good. Making the best of it here in Marion. They've done a great job for us welcoming us in here tonight. Glad to be here. From Marion High School, the Rams trailing 7-0, 8:35 to play in this first half. It'll be 3rd and 10. The ball will be about the 16.5-yard line for the Orange and Black. We're the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square of Mount Vernon, 1501 Broadway, FordSquare.com. Find them on Facebook. Get your scoreboard update as soon as we can. Reeves rolling again. Is going to keep it himself, running along that far hash. Got it to about the 10. Might have gotten within, and it's not going to be enough to get a first down, but it'll get him closer.
Makes it manageable at this point. You know, and that's the important thing. Our game seems to be running ahead of most other people.
It definitely is. At the 8:12 mark of this first half, we're at 7-0 Marion. The Rams.
And Marion just jumped.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That'll teach me to look to my right again where I have no perspective. Interesting.
And Marion gives up another 5 yards. Undisciplined is what that would be called. Mount Vernon with their 6th first down, 3rd of this drive. 2nd penalty for Marion for 5 yards, both on the jumping offsides variety.
Puts the ball at about the 5-yard line, far hash for the Rams here. Threatening here, fresh set of downs to work with on 1st and goal. We're near the bottom of the hour here on WMIX Mount Vernon. Worldwide with streaming video on mywithersradio.com. The same wingback spread set here for the Rams. Come a little bit closer in a goal line type stance. It'll be the outside. Oh, and taken out from underneath. Wow.
Yeah, that was a big play for Marion. They needed that on that play, on that hit. And
you saw who they took out.
Yep.
So Grider gets a yard on that one. He can say, hey, that's for what you did earlier.
Oh, yeah. They were waiting on him.
In the half.
Yeah, he's a mark man. Because of the fact we do with their quarterback, so somebody's going to take care of him. And not in a bad way. They're just going to say if they got a shot at him, they're going to take a hit because of the way he handled that quarterback 2 or 3 series ago.
Reeves is back under center. Zane Young is his man split to the right. Miller Gray's in motion, and we do have a fumble. It looks like the Wildcats got it this time. A fumble on a handoff that looked like it was supposed to go to DeMontez Miller Gray. Turnover on the Rams will be 1st and 10 Marion, and the Rams squander what was a huge opportunity.
Oh, yeah. Had it driven down in their territory, knocking on the goal line, and just could not do anything with it. A fumble ends that particular drive, and that's kind of the summation of the season for the Mount Vernon Rams. About the time you get things going well, something like that happens.
Oh, man. Big turnover at the 7:06 mark of this second quarter. Still 7-0. Marion on top, but that could change. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 6. The ball is spotted on the far hash. As you watch on MyWithersRadio.com with video streaming fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. They have bikes as low as $29.95. There is a party every weekend. And don't forget, you can find them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, that's singular, and log on to dales-hd.com. So there'll be a timeout before this play, and this timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon, where Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by, get to know the Medicine Shop. 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Danny, we've said time and time again, for some reason the Rams just seem to shoot themselves in the foot in the red zone, and that was no different.
Microcosm of the season for Mount Vernon. Teams that do well will score on those. Others that have struggles like Mount Vernon won't.
We do have some scoreboard updates to get in, though. That's a beauty part.
Murphy and Benton tied at 6 in the first quarter. Bassac trails Harrisburg into 1-12-7. Heron losing to West Frankfort 7-0. AJ beating Pinckneyville 20-0. Carterville over Nashville 15-7. Cokie and Carbondale are tied at 6 at the end of 1. It is Carmi over Fairfield 22-6, just north of us. Chester over Johnson City 14-7. CZR over SVWW in the Hyphen Bowl 13-7. And El Dorado over Hamilton County 8-0. And DuQuoin right now, as I get my phone as it rattles from our friends, actually Chester over Johnston City 21-7 now. That is at the end of the first quarter. And DuQuoin over Sparta 27-6. That is at the end of the first quarter.
Tony Wilt brings you the scoreboard updates. Your State Farm agent on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon, online at TonyWilt.com. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Lewis and the Marion Wildcats take over from their own 6. Out from under center this time. This is going to be to Henry Jones, shaking up that left side between the hashes, getting to about the 17-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of about 10.5, but maybe not. I might have given him too good of a spot.
About 7. Not a bad run.
Of course, watching with our viewers on MyWithersRadio.com. Great video here tonight from Marion. Jeff Crow bringing you the angles on top of the roof here in the Marion press box. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Lewis back under center. Going to hand off to his tailback up the right side for Jones this time. Gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Not much there. Nope. Mount Vernon defense is stingy here this evening.
Really, the defense has been solid outside that one run by Jones for 47 yards and a touchdown. Other than that, been pretty reliable here tonight. It'll be 3rd and 4 now for the Wildcats, thereabout. Made that 3rd and 5 as they did lose one on the 11-yard line. 7-0 Marion on top. 6 minutes to play here in the first half. So Lewis will go back to the shotgun. Men all over the place in the slots and split. He's looking to roll to the near side to pass. Having a man giving chase. That's Bradford. Now Armstrong will give chase. Won't be able to get the tackle, and he will get the throw off intended for Jawan Tucker. Far side at about the 20. Ball's incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 5:43 and bring up 4th and 11.
Maybe a Marion team right now, Chris, trying to find their identity. Confidence knocked out after last week. Mount Vernon forcing a punt. We'll get some good field position out of this, and Marion will be punting into the wind.
5:43 to go. We are in the second quarter. Marion on top 7-0. Be 4th and 5 from the 11-yard line. And a timeout.
Got a player injured for Mount Vernon near the 4-yard line. Kerry Hammond out to check.
I see
there's
now.
Some interesting scores tonight.
There definitely are. Medicine Shop brings you this timeout. Of course, you can get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Eric Black and his staff proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. What's so interesting?
Oh, some interesting. Benton Murfreesboro tied at 6. That one just came in. DuQuoin over Sparta 27-6. El Dorado over Hamilton County 8-0. Hyphen Bowl, CZR leads SVWW 13-7. And Chester over Johnston City 21-7. That's kind of a surprise to me.
5:43 to play here. We're in the second quarter. Marion on top 7-0. 4th down and 5. The ball is on the Marion 11. So not insurmountable if they wanted to go for it, but you know Marion's not going to here. It'll be Derek Hunter back to return. Standing at about the Marion 44 on the far hash. Now scoots up to the 43-yard line, where Marion will be on to punt.
Punting from his end zone. We'll see how much of a yardage he gets. Bradford almost got the block punt.
Wow. Some good yardage there. It'll take a Marion bounce to about midfield. It'll be down right about the 49-yard line where the Rams will take over. 1st and 10 on the Marion 49. The ball will be on the near hash with 5:34 to play in this first half. It's 7-0. Rams trailing here, but Danny, give a lot of credit here to that Ram defense for keeping this one close. Just a one-possession ball game.
Opportunity, Chris. That's what this is, an opportunity for your Mount Vernon Rams to maybe drive down, maybe get a score, get back into this one, and really make people in Mount Marion sweat a little bit.
With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn, Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, again, the official voice of the Rams and the Lady Rams here on WMIX. Of course, we do have video whenever possible on mywithersradio.com. Reeves will be under center. They're going to split Williamson to the left this time. Young on the right. The backs will be Gray, Lloyd. With Gray in motion, it's going to be a handoff. No, Reeves is going to keep it himself. Feigned a handoff to Gardner. Busts up the gut, gets to about the 46. That'd be a gain of 3 to make it 2nd and 7 at the 5:25 mark.
Interesting. Pace of game, Mount Vernon. Score favors Marion, but right now Marion's got a lot of kids holding, looking around. I think Marion probably figured by this point they'd be cruising into halftime with 5:15 to go in the first half. Mount Vernon down 7 with the football and reasonable yardage here at 2nd and 7.
So they will split. Young to the right, split to the left. It'll be Jacoby Marshall this time. Right wing back is Miller Gray. Left wing back C.J. Lloyd. Your tailback is Gardner with Gray in motion. It's going to go to Gray up the left side, trying to break to the far sideline. Gets to the 40, now to the 35. There's a couple men left to beat. 20. And still on his feet at about the 15 into about the 10. I thought he was pushed out of bounds. That was another Ram. And Miller Gray kept going.
I'm going to tell you right now, I know that Lloyd's going to get the ink, right, for running the football about 30 yards. Here's the thing. I'm going to credit out number 7, Jacoby Marshall, with a huge block on the end to seal that end. Didn't allow the corner to come up. Knocked that corner back in toward the line of scrimmage. And that's the guy that's hurt now for Marion. He took a shot from Jacoby Marshall on that block. What a nice play, in Mount Vernon has it at the 11-yard line of Marion. They can get a first down without scoring as well.
Of course, Jake Weaver, the safety on that one.
Did you say Lloyd
safe.
was running the ball?
I thought it was Miller Gray.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're both suffering from the same predicaments here, so.
Yes, and I was trying to multitask and watch that block and keep track of whatever. I wanted to make sure the block was mentioned because, man, It was vicious.
You know me, I appreciate good blocks.
And I love the way Mount Vernon right now, they have figured out this. If they get Marion contained in a group to one side, they can block down off the football and get some yardage that way.
Young split right, Marshall on the left. Miller Gray is in motion. And it's going to be Reeves to keep it. Gets a block as he tries to roll that left side up the sideline. Gets 1.5 on the play. There'll be a gain of about 2nd and 9. 4:42 to play in this first half. Rams are trailing 7-0.
The thing,
keeping
too,
it close.
Marion bites on the first thing. Once that runner goes, jerseys, blue and pink jerseys swarm. Clayton Reeves is doing a great good job of pulling that football back out and making the choice whether he wants or not to take off around one side or the other. And that is that kind of part of the option you talk about, kind of like a midline option, not set up in it, but that's kind of a midline option in and out of that gut.
They will split to the right side. On the right, it is Young. A man in motion is going to be Lloyd. It's going to go up the middle, I thought, to Gardner.
Yep.
Ran into a wall. Nothing there, and that'll bring up 3rd down. So you got about 2 on it?
I'd say about 2 from where the official's walking in from the north side.
Fair enough. You had better peepers on that one than I did. They're talking now about an 8:20 kickoff in Centralia against Althoff. We may be able to get up there and see that one if the Lightning keeps coming up there. Of course, eventually they'd call it. But, you know, in theory. It'll be Jacoby Marshall split left. Your tailback will be Mr. Gardner. Wingbacks are going to be sent close to the line. Miller Gray's in motion. They're trying to buy Marion offside.
Did they do it again? If they jumped off a 3rd time, their defensive coordinator is going to lose his hair.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe his hat,
too. At least what's left of it.
Well, I can see him down here. He is not happy. It's on Marion, 5 yards. They have 3 penalties tonight, Chris, for 15 yards, and all 3 of them are the defense jumping off sides.
Unreal. You do not expect that of a Jeff Steema coach defense. He doesn't expect it. No doubt about that. Rams football presented by your official voice of the Rams, Community First Bank, with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Rams from about the 5-yard line. They can get a first down without scoring. It's going to be a push QB keeper. Do they get in? There's a flag.
Oh, this is not going to be good. Mount Vernon is probably going to get a penalty either for holding or aiding and abetting the runner forward is what's going to happen.
We saw that last year, so I can imagine we'll see it this year. It might have been a couple years ago.
Yeah, this was a call in the Benton-Pinckneyville game I saw in week number 3, in which Pinckneyville wanted the call. Benton was called for this, so we'll see if Mount Vernon gets called for this penalty. We'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It is aiding and abetting the runner, in legal terms, I guess.
Yeah.
And Mount Vernon will lose, I think, 5 yards.
Hey, is that our dessert or
I don't know.
Our counterpart to our left?
I don't know. We'll see. I just got the dirty look.
It
must be theirs.
We found out who it really is. 3:34 left to go here in the first half. Glad to have you with us.
So the temptation.
He'll share with everybody.
See, this is how this is going to work in football and basketball is what this is going to do. 5-yard penalty on the Rams, checking for 15 yards.
So 3rd and about 9.5. It'll be spotted on the 10. Again, the Rams can get a first down without scoring. It looks like it's Miller Gray going up the left side, trying to break to the sideline. Gets to about the 5. So about a 5-yard gain for DeMontez Miller Gray, who's having a pretty decent night.
Yeah, he adds a different spice of variety to the offense, an ability to not only shake a tackle, take contact, but also to make some yardage. And that, again, adds a little different flavor to this Mount Vernon offense. 4th and 6.
4th and about a nickel.
About a 5. It's a long 5.
As I say,
they can't get a first down without getting into the end zone. Big play here as this half winds down with 3:20 to go.
7-0 Marion. Reeves will be under center. The back's in the backfield. So they're going to try to get him to jump again. I don't think it'd work this time. Maybe it would. It is going to be Reeves rolling to that left side. Going to have to hurry up and find a man. It's a fade. Brought down, but are there any feet in? Looks like it might have been caught out of bounds by Marshall. And that'll be an incomplete pass, and the Rams will turn it over on their own on the Marion 5. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, deep in their own territory at the 3:18 mark as the Rams turn it over on downs on the incomplete.
2 times inside the red zone, turned it over on fumble and downs.
But you know what?
For Mount Vernon. That, again, can't happen if you want to get a win on the road.
I did like that particular play call, though. That
yes.
was, a little bit different. Go with the fade in the end zone there on 4th down, and came up just short. It was caught. You got to like that. Just caught out of bounds.
Yep.
Not able to get any feet down.
1 foot, no feet. Just need one at the high school level. Couldn't get either one of them down. Then drag those toes, stretch them out, however you want to do it. Couldn't get it done.
Tough for anybody to do at the high school level, and it would have been neat to see. But
you don't get that much opportunity to work on footwork and dragging them across at this level. More times than not, you don't get that chance. Boy,
3:18 to play in the half. 1st and 10 Marion on their own 5. It's going to be Jones fumbling the football. Lost a few on the play. Did he fall into the end zone?
Oh, the referee is saying he was down at the 1-yard line.
That would be huge.
Boy,
he had to run backward to get it.
Well, I'm telling you what, that football cannot go any further without touching the goal line in the end zone. Cannot go any farther.
Man.
I'm telling you right now, that ball was squirting around down there where he landed and where the ball was. The ball was outside the goal line in play, so that's why it was not a safety. His body was definitely touching the end zone, and that ball is as close to the goal line without touching it as you can.
Man, that would have been huge. It'll be 2nd and 16 from the Marion 1.
The quarterback is actually standing in the end zone, and somebody's calling a timeout. I do not know who called the timeout. I don't see the official. Somebody somewhere called the timeout.
This timeout is presented by Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon. Proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop. 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Glad to have you with us with video online at mywithersradio.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow on the roof, manning the camera. Jesse Clark is back in our Mount Vernon studios. So we'll see what happens out of this timeout here. We have about 2:34 remaining in this first half. 7-0 Marion on top. Marion has had their chances, but most importantly, the Rams have had their chances as well. Have come up just short in a couple of trips to the red zone.
I'm counting this as almost a red zone trip here because where that football's at, and I don't know if you can see it, the angle's not there. The ball is almost touching the goal line. It's yellow painted here. And if the Marion quarterback will actually be standing in the end zone when he takes this snap, it's important for Mount Vernon to try to make a play, but a lot happens sometimes in this situation. The over-exuberant defense, knowing that football's right there for a possible play, you get sucked in, and Marion or the other team goes around another angle and breaks a long play. So Mount Vernon has to stay composed, contained, and disciplined in this case, not to let that big play happen.
Nose is literally just centimeters.
There you go. That's why I wanted that view.
Our man up top doing it all for us.
Executive producer, it's your baby.
That's why this 100 feet of headphone cables makes a difference.
Yes.
So Lewis is going to be at the line of scrimmage under center. It's going to be a handoff going off the right side. No, he was actually looking to roll
I'm
right.
going to tell you right now, he was rolling to his left and had to throw that off his hip, kind of a pitch.
Yeah.
Basically a pitch pass, and that was incomplete because, boy, Mount Vernon had some pressure back there on him. He's lucky he didn't also, as close as he was, step out of the back of the end zone for a safety that way.
2:30 to play in the second quarter. Third and about 16.
If Marion does not get another yard here and it's fourth down, the punter will punt with his heels near the back of the end zone.
Oh, my.
And in high school football, that's a tough deal. It's hard enough in the TV
Especially
football.
if your long snapper's a bit nervous. So Lewis will be out of the shotgun here. Looking to roll deep. He drops back deep in the end zone. Now looking to connect over the top. That's picked off. The Rams will force the turnover. Good pickoff there. Who got it? Was that who I thought it was? That was Thomas Weber.
Yep, Thomas Weber with the big interception. Kind of lame back there in that two-deep zone that Mount Vernon was running there, and he was kind of going underneath the receiver, trailing, and the receiver made that cut in that flag pattern, and he kind of sucked underneath there and was trailing in coverage underneath. And, boy, you could tell it. Lewis did not see him. That's a 7th interception for Matt Lewis in 2 weeks, or week, I should say, 2 weeks of play or a game and a half.
Unreal. 2:22 to go here in the second quarter. Rams trailing 7-0. Now a big break here on the Weber interception. And had that fallen incomplete, man, that's a good job by Thomas Weber. Under center will be Reeves. Your right wing back will be Grider. Left wing back will be Lloyd. Reeves is going to keep it himself. Roll right, went back to the left. I don't have the best angle on him. I'm going to say maybe a gain of 4 to bring up 2nd and 6.
Reeves has 8 carries, 50 rushing yards by my official, unofficial stats, the unofficial, official stats that I like to keep.
Those stats at the half will be presented by Heartland Accounting in the Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. $1:58 to go as we drop below the 2-minute
mark. I
like
what Mount Vernon's done here. The adjustment of making Marion bite on the first fake and letting Reeves decide if he wants to keep the football or pull it out and let the running back go with it.
They'll split Marshall left. Zane Young will be the man split to the right. Your right wing back will be Grider. On the left it will be Lloyd. Deep man will be Gardner, and they tried to hand off to Gardner. Reeves was trying to keep it himself. His progress was stopped, lost his momentum. They're not going to be happy there. Reeves manhandled slightly, and that'll be third down.
Clayton's got to be careful. He got stood up and got pushed back. Now, see, here's something I do not like. Reeves walked away, was going to the sideline to get the play, and the officials followed him wanting to start something. That really disappoints me when I see an official go looking for a kid to try to look for something. And Reeves, all he did was back up. He did stop and stayed up to the Marion player, threw the football back and was done with it, but the official was hunting him down. I don't like to see that.
No, especially if he says, I'm not going to mess with you, I'm done with it.
Yes.
Things of that ilk. 57 seconds to go in the half. The Rams trailing 7-0. It'll be 3rd and 9. The ball is on the Marion 14. The Rams in the red zone here. They'll split Young to the near hash on the right side. Split to the left sideline. It'll be Jacoby Marshall. In motion, it'll be Lloyd. They're looking for the quick connect on the slant. There is Marshall. Doesn't have enough for the first down, but if he can get past that tackle, get a few more on the play, and that'll be a good gain there by Jacoby Marshall through the air, maybe a gain of about 6 or so.
Jacoby had that big block a while ago. Now uses his hands in another way to make that catch. First pass, first completion comes with 28 seconds left to go in the first half. Timeout, Mount Vernon.
This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Eric Black and his staff are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. About 28 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 7-0 Wildcats on top. They scored on their opening drive about 3 minutes and 39 seconds into the ball game. It's been silence offensively ever since.
Yep. And if Mount Vernon could score here, that'd be wonderful. If Mount Vernon doesn't here on this fourth down play and it's 7-0 at halftime, you have to feel pretty good about things.
You have to feel good, and you have to remember Marion will have the football to start the second half, and those opening drive jitters will not be able to happen in the third quarter. So it'll be 4th and 5 to go for the Rams. The ball will be on the Marion 10, presumably spotted probably along the far hash, if I recall correctly.
Yes. And this, again, Mount Vernon has what, 4th and 5, and it's a short. It looks like just a regular 5 yards. The yardage markers on the 10, the line of scrimmage to get to for a first down is the 5. Options here, options for Mount Vernon.
Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. We'll get you a Tony Wilt scoreboard update. We'll also have your Heartland Accounting Pardon me, halftime stats. 7-0 Wildcats, 28 seconds to go. Here on the road at Marion, we're in the second quarter. Rams trying to get a score in before the half. If not, you have to like the position you're in. Reeves under center. Gardner is back. Reeves going to get some protection to roll to the right side, looking for the quick pass. He completes it to this right side. Do they get in? I was out of view. I could not even see who caught it. I don't even know who caught it.
It is a 1-yard line spot. It goes to Miller Gray. It'll be a first down for Mount Vernon at the Marion half-yard line. Now they're discussing it. Clayton Reeves is down there arguing for a touchdown. We'll see what happens.
That is one of those cases where I was in the wrong place at the wrong time and completely lost sight at about the 5-yard line. Trying to look out the window.
It's a first down for Mount Vernon. About a 5-yard pass.
He'll be spotted on the half-yard line.
I should say. And that's 2 in a row completions for Mount Vernon.
So 21 seconds to go here in the first half. It is 7-0 Marion. Rams have a first and goal, and they're going to have to hurry. Reeves will be under center. Wingback set again. Quarterback keeper looks like he got over the top. Did he get over the top? Yep. Yes, he did. It's 7-6. The Rams are within 1 and need the extra point to tie. So we'll see what happens on the point after. The Rams are able to get it up and over, courtesy of Zach Swinnen, to tie it up. Wow, that was huge. Miller Gray has been awfully big tonight here in the first half.
Knew something. And again, Marion has not seen him, has not played a lot of varsity minutes this year in the prime time. And you could see that Marion really doesn't have an answer for him right now.
Not at this moment because, like you said, not a lot to have seen from him this year, not a lot of PT, but getting it here tonight and doing a great job. Here comes. The hold was good, but it was blocked. It'll be 7-6. Oh,
that's
your chance to tie going into the half. You needed that protection to get it up and over, and it doesn't happen. Marion a great block out of the second special teams, and it'll be 7-6. 19 seconds left to go in this first half, but that said, Danny, the important thing is the Rams crack that goose egg.
Crack the goose egg, get a touchdown, and this score will reverberate around Southern Illinois in many different ways. A lot of people will be surprised by this score of this 7-6 if that's the way it stays here, unless Marion somehow manages to score here right before half.
See what happens on the kickoff. Marion will have the football to start the second half in the third quarter, of course.
I'm curious. Marion doesn't have a lot of timeouts. I would say if they get this ball and do not score off the kickoff, it would not surprise me to see them kind of take a knee and get to half with a 7-6 lead and regroup a little bit here for the Marion side of things.
Jones on the near side, Tucker on the far, back to return for Marion. 7-6 your score, Marion by 1. Marion blocked the point after attempt by Zach Swinnen to put us where we are now. Swinnen is on to kick off. Of course, the ball spotted on the 40 on the tee for him to kick off. And again, it'll be Jawan Tucker far side at about the 5, near side at about the 5. On the hash, it'll be Henry Jones. He had the touchdown earlier from Marion to a 247 yards on the ground. Here comes the kick, and that is going to be squibbed over that left side, picked up at about the 20 by the Wildcats. That looked to be number 2, Jared Doris. Trying to come to the near side, now cuts back far hash. Between the hashes, gets to about the 34-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats with 12 seconds.
Classic case of somebody, Marion, not taking Mount Vernon the way they're supposed to. I'm telling you right now, the white-shirted Rams across the way on the north side of the field, you can see a little hop in their step right now, a little different even with the flag on the field.
Yeah, that flag is about the 26-yard line, closer to the sideline on the far side. We'll see what it's going to be. Possibly something on Marion, maybe a block in the back or something to that ilk.
Talking to the Mount Vernon captains. Move that baby back 10. 12 seconds to go. Wouldn't expect Marion to do much here offensively. Personal foul.
Oh, my.
Oh, against Marion. That's a 15-yarder. Another thing of the undisciplined Wildcats tonight that Coach Kerry Martin and his staff cannot be happy with, only leading a winless team at 7-6 at half here at home. Struggles abound here for the Wildcats.
Kind of makes you wonder.
They're going to take the go into halftime look. It's 7-6.
Take the knee and go into the locker room. And there you have it. The clock will roll. 12 seconds will expire into 0. And we will go to the Second Chance Auto halftime show. After 2, the Marion Wildcats 7, the Mount Vernon Rams 6. This is Rams Football presented by Community First Bank.
happened in the game last night? Did you hear that score? What did Coach think of the team's effort? Find the answers to these questions and more on the Saturday Sports Show. Every week following the 8 o'clock news, WMIX Sports finds the answers you need and discovers a different side of your favorite coach with our question of the week. Join WMIX Sports for the Saturday Sports Show on AM 940 and MyWithersRadio.com. Presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be.
Startup businesses may come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit. And starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Do you feel like there isn't enough time to get everything done? Back-to-school bills draining your wallet? Hi, this is Joyce Schrader, mortgage specialist with People's National Bank in Mount Vernon, and I can help. By refinancing your current mortgage to a lower-rate mortgage with People's National Bank, you can put some of that money back in your wallet. Stop by today and let People's National Bank ease your back-to-school debt.
People's National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 32 years. And many are priced under $10,000. Plus, most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto. Living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Or call 244-4582.
This is Mount Vernon Rams Football on WMIX. The Second Chance Auto Halftime Show starts now.
And we welcome you back to Marion on Pink Out Night. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow with us, bringing you the video on MyWithersRadio.com. Jesse Clark back at the WMIX studios in Mount Vernon. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. For over 32 years, Second Chance Auto is proud to have put families throughout the region in dependable vehicles at reasonable prices. Second Chance Auto, living and contributing to the community they serve. Proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. 7-6, Marion on top here at the break. And a first half that could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. The Rams were able to keep it within 1. Tried to tie it up on the point after on the touchdown, which is seconds remaining in the first half. It was blocked, and that's the result of our 7-6 score. And, Danny, Rams kind of fell victim to giving up that big play on the opening drive to the opposing team. It was 47 yards this time, about 3:31 into the ballgame to Henry Jones. But the defense tightened up after that, closed some gaps, and really have played very well tonight.
The defense is playing very well. The stats will show that. The Mount Vernon defense has made some major adjustments. They gave up that big touchdown early. Their 8th one in a row of 30 yards or more in the last 2 weeks. But after that, very little, if anything, from the Mount Vernon defense given up against Marion here tonight, and especially in the second half. Still waiting to kick off in Centralia. That one just came through. But back to this one, the Mount Vernon defense been very impressive the way they turned around after that quick touchdown early on and shut down this potent Marion Wildcat offense.
Well, that is absolutely huge for these Mount Vernon Rams. Down 7-6 at the break. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Going to be an extended halftime show, Danny. Of course, it's Pink Out Night here at Marion. Of course, they have a nice, beautiful pink Cadillac around the track. And give Marion the one credit for allowing them to go on the track in a convertible. Many schools won't do that. But this is a special night here in Marion with pink out. Of course, I believe they did this last year. I cannot recall whom the opponent was. It might have been Centralia, actually. But what they do, Coach Martin and the Marion Wildcats, basically they remember those who have passed on and celebrate survivors of this horrible disease. And it's just a great thing. The kids, of course, as we told you earlier, they are wearing Navy uniforms with pink numerics and trim, and it's just a great thing that they honor the names on the back are cancer survivors, cancer fighters, and those who unfortunately have passed from the terrible disease, but it's a great thing that they have going.
Yep, it's a nice little thing. They're doing all kinds of stuff. The band will come out here and play now at half, and it's a very worthwhile cause here at Marion, that's for sure. Great idea and great support in the entire bleachers here tonight.
No doubt about that. We will go ahead and pause for station identification. This is Rams Radio.
Mount Vernon Rams Football on AM 940 WMIX Mount Vernon and worldwide with audio and video at mywithersradio.com. Free services from Withers Broadcasting.
Free services from Withers Broadcasting, indeed. We're glad to have you with us here. From Marion, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow is with us as well, bringing you the video on mywithersradio.com. And, of course, tonight is an exciting night from Marion as the Mount Vernon Rams here at the break trail the Wildcats 7-6. We need to take a break on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. When we come back, after we get some scores up to you on Twitter, follow us at WMIX Sports. When we come back, we'll have a Tony Wilt scoreboard update. This is Rams Football on WMIX.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Are you interested in a career in the culinary arts but can never afford the high cost of cooking school? Red Lake College has a low-cost recipe for success. For as little as $5,500 per year, you can get a quality culinary arts education in your own backyard. That even includes books, tuition, class fees, and supplies. Learn to master domestic fare, pastry, and foreign cuisine in Ina, Illinois. Save thousands on a culinary arts education at Red Lake College. For more information, log on to rlc.edu/culinary arts.
This is Rick with Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Marion here at the break for your Second Chance Auto halftime show. For over 32 years, Second Chance is proud to have put families throughout the region in dependable vehicles at reasonable prices. Second Chance Auto, living and contributing to the community they serve. Proud to sponsor the Mount Vernon Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow is with us here on the road at Marion. Jesse Clark, of course, back at the Mount Vernon Studios. It's 7-6 here. I don't want to say that I'm shocked, and I don't mean to sound shocked, but I think it is a little bit difficult to believe at this point in time, after the opening drive of this ball game, that the Rams will be trailing only 7-6.
It's been a great effort by Mount Vernon, that's for sure. And I think the impressiveness is not with the defense. I think they've had to make the most changes. The Mount Vernon opportunity here, and again, it is a case that. Very impressed to see this Mount Vernon defense play so very well.
And it's still hard to believe. An 8:20 kickoff looming in Centralia due to the lightning delays that they had up there. We do owe some scoreboard updates. We'll get to that in just a moment. We also owe you the Heartland Accounting halftime stats. All of that is to come here on the Second Chance Auto halftime show. We hope you'll follow us on Twitter tonight at WMIX Sports if you don't already. We also hope you'll find us on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. And it looks like we are ready for that scoreboard.
What do you want first?
I'd like scoreboard update if we could.
Scoreboard update first. Althoff Centralia will kick off at 8:20. Last report, Carbondale and Koki were tied at the end of the first quarter, 6-6. Carmi leads Fairfield at the half, 22-6. Chester over Johnston City, 35-7. Then the Hyphen Bowl, SVWW tied with CZR 20-20. El Dorado leads Hamilton County 16-3 at the half, and Vienna over Alvarado Trico 26-6 at the half. Benton and Murfreesboro in the second quarter early. Benton was leading 12-6. Have not heard anything since then. It is Harrisburg over Massac County at the half, 26-0. Heron over West Frankfort, 21-0 at the half. AJ over Pinckneyville, 27-0 at the half. Carterville over Nashville, 36-7 at the half. And DuQuoin leads Sparta 48-12 at the half. Also halftime, Olney over Robinson 7-0. Oblong over Edwards County 21-0. And Red Hill over Powell Hutt 12-0 at the half.
That scoreboard update is presented by Tony Wilt and State Farm Insurance. Find Tony on the web at TonyWilt.com or let him invite you in and join the State Farm team. His office is located at the corner of 42nd South Water Tower, Mount Vernon. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. We will go ahead and take another break here on your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have the Heartland Accounting halftime stats. Here from Marion, the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Marion Wildcats 7-6. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
I'm leading Wild to Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. A shower or gusty thunderstorm in spots early and then becoming clear overnight, a low 50. For tomorrow, lots of sunshine, breezy and cool. High 68. Clear and colder tomorrow night, a low of 37 to 41. Sunday, bright sunshine and cool with a high 65. And on Monday, sunny to partly cloudy at night, a high temperature of 69. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Hi, this is Star Reed with People's National Bank. Since 1909, People's National Bank has been devoted to providing accounts and services designed around customers' needs. With our convenient banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. From online banking, bill pay, mobile banking, and even e-statements, People's National Bank is there for you. People's National Bank, member FDIC.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Hill Conduct for the most incredible, heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There will be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There will be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Hill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd. Only at Dale's Harley-Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Daily schedules, scores, and more. Like WMIX Sports on Facebook. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And we welcome you back here to Marion. Glad to have you with us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski for your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. Second Chance believes in lasting relationships, and that's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The largest selection of pre-owned vehicles in one location, most priced under $10,000. It's Second Chance Auto, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Now we need to check in here in this 7-6 ball game at the half. Marion on top by 1 with our Heartland Accounting halftime stats.
Here we go, halftime stats. Mount Vernon with 7 first downs to Marion's 3. Mount Vernon's were 2 turnovers to Marion's 1. Mount Vernon has 2 penalties for 15 yards. Marion 4 penalties for 25 yards rushing. Mount Vernon 143 yards. They had 107 of those in the second quarter. Marion has 71 yards, 67 in the first quarter, 4 in the second quarter. Passing, Mount Vernon with 16 yards, Marion 0. I could have really won some money with that line at the beginning of the night, with Mount Vernon having more passing yards than Marion at the half. So if you're keeping track, Mount Vernon has 159 yards total offense to Marion's 71 here at the half. Your rushing leaders, Clayton Reeves, 10 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown from the quarterback position tonight for Mount Vernon. Henry Jones leads Marion 3 carries for 48 yards. Mount Vernon's passing, Clayton Reeves 2 of 4 for 16 yards. DeMontez Miller-Gray, 1 catch for 10 yards, leading the way for Mount Vernon. Matt Lewis 0 of 4. I guess it would be 0 of 4 technically, with an interception. No yardage, no completions, and Marion leading Mount Vernon at the half 7-6.
There you have it. Those stats are calculated by Heartland Accounting. Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B, your small business expert. We need to take a quick break here on your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. When we come back, plenty more to talk about. We'll talk about what the Mount Vernon Rams need to do, trailing 7-6 here at the break, to come back and maybe steal a win on the road at Marion. This is Rams football presented by Community First Bank.
We
can't believe you missed last week's Saturday Sports Show, presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. To those who tuned in on WMIX or MyWithersRadio.com, we enjoyed your company. But if you missed the area scores, in-depth interviews with the region's coaches, or missed out on the WMIX Sports question on Twitter and Facebook, the path to forgiveness is easy. Listen to previous Saturday Sports Show episodes on demand at MyWithersRadio.com. It's that simple. Or next Saturday morning, you could tune in after the 8 o'clock news. Either way, we forgive you.
Hello, I'm Morgan. A few months ago, my gynecologist said that I needed surgery, a hysterectomy. I thought for sure I'd have to leave Southern Illinois to have it done. But I was surprised to find out that not only could Good Samaritan Regional Health Center do the surgery, they had one of the nation's most advanced surgical systems. They called it the Da Vinci. It was basically this robot that translated whatever movements the surgeon was making into even tinier, more precise movements. My doc even told me that over 100 of these procedures had been done at Good Samaritan. Well, the surgery went great, and I was out of the hospital in no time. And because I was close to home, my whole family was with me every step of the way. Good Samaritan is my new hospital of choice. And starting in 2013, they'll be opening an all-new regional health center with even more advanced services. It makes me happy to know they'll still be around when my kids have families and need specialized medical care. That means a lot to me.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixonina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Under the hood, under the skin, or in the cabin, Ford Mustang features an impressive list of high-tech features. Hi, Roy Schmidt Ford dealer, Ford Square, Mount Vernon. From the available track apps for performance metrics to Ford Sync technology to an impressive lineup of engines, nobody does brains and brawn like the Mustang. Right now, you can own a Mustang V6 Coupe with 0% financing for up to 60 months. Or, how about the fuel-efficient Ford Fiesta? With unsurpassed in its class highway mile per gallon, the Fiesta is fuel-efficient and fun. Combined with the Ford Tune suspension, electric power-assisted steering, and advanced track electronic stability control, Fiesta provides an agile and exhilarating experience. Come to one of our sales associates and drive away in the Mustang, Fiesta, or any Ford and Lincoln model. New or pre-owned at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway, Mount Vernon, online at FordSquare.com, and find us on Facebook.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctors required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require the service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
This is your home for Rams Radio, WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Marion here at the half. The Mount Vernon Rams trail the Marion Wildcats by a score of 7-6. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow is with us here as we wrap up your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Again, Second Chance Auto believes in long-lasting relationships. That's why generations of families have continued coming back for over 32 years. The Rams trail 7-6. Danny, intriguing first half. Again, Marion scores first drive of the game, 47-yard touchdown run for Henry Jones. The Rams don't score until the very, very end of the second quarter. Well, close to it anyway. 7-6 ball game. The PAT was blocked. Very interesting position for the Mount Vernon Rams to be in right now.
Well, it is, and it's a position that Mount Vernon likes to be in. Marion will have the football to start to happen. And boy, I'll tell you what, Mount Vernon's defense has been the key. I know the offense has found something here with the aggressiveness of Marion. They're biting on fakes, and then that allows Clayton Reeves to keep the football mounting around. And, boy, oh boy, you have to be really impressed with the adjustments of the Mount Vernon defense here. And I think Clayton Reeves, being a senior, he's taking things and going his way and doing things that way. Very impressive from both sides of the football here from Mount Vernon. And I think you got some shell-shocked Wildcats here that probably had some paint removed from the locker room walls at halftime here, because it didn't look like they were in this game. I think they felt like at halftime they'd be up by enough they could cruise in the second half. Now they've got a ball game here from the Marion Wildcat perspective.
Well, the Rams are very happy that it is a ball game, so we'll see how it ends up working out for the rest of the night. The boys in white making their return from the far warehouse here at Marion. Of course, white uniforms tonight for the Rams. Of course, the white tops, black numerics trimmed in orange. Solid black helmets with the black pants. Again, the Wildcats dressed in these special navy jerseys tonight with pink trim, pink numerics, of course, the navy pants, and then the solid navy helmets with the Michigan-esque M on the right side. So, that said, we'll get underway here in just a moment. They put the fresh 3 on the clock for warm-up time here at the halftime break. And we had a very, very quick first half, Danny. We'll see if that trend continues into the second, but I can't fathom that we'll see a similar second half as we did the first.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be an interesting come out. It'll be interesting to see how Marion comes out in this second half. A lot of frivolity here this week. It's a non-homecoming week with all the extracurricular stuff going on. Maybe that took something away from what Marion did in that first half. Who knows? But the case is, Marion, again, they've let Mount Vernon make this a game. And when you're a team favorite like Marion is, and you let an underdog like Mount Vernon lay around, hang around, and get within 1 point at half, you kind of open yourself up to a 24-minute gambling outing. You are taking a chance rolling those dice. You'll see if you'll come up and qualify for ship captain crew, or if you're going to see the money go around the table because you can't qualify in Marion. Maybe losing here at home again, but it'd be devastating. But we'll see how Marion comes out in this second half.
We shall definitely see how they come out. We are glad to have you with us. WMIX, MyWithersRadio.com tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams and Marion Wildcats about set to start the second half. The Wildcats will have the football. Rams, of course, took the football in the first half. And it'll be interesting to see how everything works out for the Rams here in half number 2. We're going to have to get that big stop to start. Like, that's key.
Well, yeah, Mount Vernon has to get a stop. I mean, if Marion comes out here and runs down the field, big play, touchdown, 14-6. And then Mount Vernon messes around with it, Marion goes again. I mean, you got to prevent that. If you're the Mount Vernon defense, or you're a Mount Vernon team in general, are you happy with 24 minutes of football being down 1 and you're ready to go home? Or are you going to be greedy and want to get more and build and build and build and see what happens here?
Well, I think we'll have to see which Mount Vernon team's going to show up, the one we saw in the first half or the one that we have seen at times throughout the first 3 games.
Yeah.
So there we go.
That's the thing. Which team will show up? A team that's happy and okay with what they've done in the first half, or are we gonna see somebody somewhere from Mount Vernon step up and say, guys, it's okay to be greedy. Let's go ahead and try it out.
We gave you a scoreboard update moments ago, of course, presented by Tony Wilder. Are there any shocks to you in games that are going on around the region
Chester
tonight?
with 35 unanswered points lead Johnson State to half just up the road there, 35-7. Up at, as we like to say, up in Johnston City. If that would be the case, that'd be the second loss on that turf field, Carmi and Chester. Turf fields in Southern Illinois haven't done well for teams. Pinckneyville has 2 losses on their field now. DuQuoin, the history there. Carterville struggled a little bit. I mean, it's been a history of turf. Needless to say, none had none better than SIU since they got their new turf field, but who knows what that really is. That's the shocking one to me. Vienna's winning again, 26-6, as the Eagles look to make the playoffs. And then, of course, I was surprised Carterville beating Nashville as bad as they are. AJ over Pinckneyville, 27-0. That's a surprise. Heron beating Frankfurt, 21-0. Benton only up 12-6 at a half at home against Murphy. That game is a bad deal. Or not a bad deal, but a lot closer than what I thought it was. Still waiting on a Carbondale-Cahokia update. And some equipment has been broke at Benton. One of our friend photographers just lost some equipment. That'll be cheap. We'll hear about that later on in the week, I'm sure.
That's just a monopod.
That's a casualty.
That's a monopod.
Monopod just got
drilled. We lost a tripod already this year.
Here we go. Cahokia leads Carbondale at the half, 20-0. I think that's 20-0. Cahokia over Carbondale at the half.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we're starting to see a little bit more. Obviously, we're going to see more week to week on how this conference is going to shape up, but so we'll find out.
Oh yeah, that's interesting, especially from a Carbondale team that started again with a quick start And now looking at possibly, slowing down again, with that slowdown they usually do once the schedule starts.
It will be Marion football to start this half. 7-6 your score. Marion on top. They're going to see what they can do here. Their first drive of the first half ended up in a 47-yard touchdown run. Speaking of, the man who had that 47-yard scamper, Henry Jones, is back to return on the left hash. Back on the far hash on the right is Jawan Tucker. The kick for Swindon will be picked up right at about the 35-yard line. And trying to return, running more horizontal than vertical, and that's going to cost some yards. I believe it was Logan Hunt, the linebacker, that picked it up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 45-yard line in the Ram territory. 7-6, they are on top, and they're going to see if they can add to it here on this first drive.
Yep. We'll see how Marion comes out. Will they come out with some fire? Will they come out with a little different offensive approach? They only threw the ball 4 times in the first half. How will they come out? We'll get answers here shortly.
Yes, we will. Lewis out of the shotgun, looking for the quick run up the middle, and I believe that was Dalton this time. Gains about maybe a couple on the play.
Dalton body about left his head behind because Dalton, you could see, kind of got his head turned around, maybe a inadvertent face mask that was not called, luckily for the Mount Vernon Rams.
No doubt about that. Canelo affording any penalties. Lewis still out of the shotgun, split left and right, man in the slot on the right side. It's going to be Jones right up the middle. This is where he's trouble across midfield. Near hash about the 40, pushes himself to the 35, dragging some defenders. And that will be a gain of about 27 on the ground for Henry Jones.
Mount Vernon stood him up, and then they were trying to strip him instead of taking him down to the ground, and that was a problem.
Man, oh man, they're going to do quick work out of this shotgun. Split right and left, a man in the right slot. 2 backs in the backfield are Dalton and Jones. It's going to be Jones again trying to cover the left side as he broke to the outside. Got to about the 31. It'll be a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
That's something I expect Marion to do a little bit here, is to get in and get a pace going a lot quicker to the line of scrimmage. Don't let Mount Vernon substitute. Don't let them get into a rhythm of plays here.
Still out of the shotgun. Interesting setup. Continue to go to Jones. That's what works. Off tackle along the near hash to about the 20 and out of the 15, dragging 3 defenders. Gets into about the 17-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards on the ground for Jones. Another first down for Marion. 10:45 mark of the third. Marion basically running the ball at will here, up 7-6 in the second half.
This is not what Mount Vernon wanted. And Marion, middle's open. Mount Vernon's middle's open right over the center. There's 7 yards to the linebacker.
Jones again coming up off the handoff, off tackle near hash, down to about the 10.
You see what I see?
Go for a few extra.
You see what I see down there? There's a gap between the 2 tackles from Mount Vernon, not only side to side, but from the football, right up to middle, about 7 or 8 yards to the linebacker. There's nobody home again there. They're going to go right up the middle again.
And this time it'll be Dalton up the middle trying to go to the right side. That gap did close a little bit quicker that time. And it'll be on the 5-yard line, where it'll be a gain of a few there. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats. We'll drop below the 10-minute mark here of the third quarter. 7-6, Marion on top, still out of the shotgun. Split to the left is Brant Hill, and they're going to go right up the middle again with what worked.
Brant Hill on the carry. He didn't get anything, I don't believe, Chris. Lost a yard, in fact, and it's 4th and 2.
Clock will roll here in the third quarter. Glad to have you with us from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. It's where the best never rest. Find them on Facebook or browse our inventory at fordsquare.com. Lewis out of the shotgun here for the Wildcats, threatening. Dalton this time up the right side. Had a little bit of trouble in the transition, but stays on his feet and dives in. Went up the right side from the 5, a 5-yard touchdown run as he broke to the far hash. Had some trouble hanging on to the football, and now the Wildcats lead 13-6.
Yeah, he was carrying that, bouncing around, carrying whatever. Didn't take very long for the Wildcats, about 2.5 minutes, and they score on about 8 plays. Not bad. Start their half for Marion.
13-6 is your score.
Lot
here
faster
comes the point
pace.
after, and we'll have a flag.
A lot faster pace for Marion, as I expected.
Man, oh man, Centray Altoff should just be getting underway.
I expect Marion to go for 2 here. That penalty was on Mount Vernon, half the distance to the goal line encroachment, and I would suspect Marion will go for 2 here. Now they get it to about the 1.5, 2.5 yard line here. This could be a major turning point in the game. If they get this 2-point conversion, that means Mount Vernon's got to score twice down 9.
Yep. Huge indeed. Because Marion's having some personnel issues out there on the field. There's quite a few out there. Somebody's going to come off.
Yep. What in the world? Holy cow, what do we got?
13 out there. Just some substitution issues. Couldn't figure out who was supposed to be there and who wasn't. They are going to go for 2. Lewis out of the shotgun. It's a setup for him to draw himself, and looks like he dove in unscathed pretty well.
Yep.
Make it 15-6.
Like I said, that penalty made it closer, and now you're down. Instead of being down what would have been 14-6, now you're down 2 scores. Marion made that look very easy. It looked like they decided to not fall in this pattern of being slow at the line and get up there and go. And they're taking the football. They're not passing the ball, Chris. It's running the football. The adjustment for Mount Vernon will have to be made in the middle, right forward of the center, where the 2 tackles are split far apart. There's a gap to the linebackers. That's where Marion attacked. The adjustment now will have to come from Mount Vernon when Marion has that football again.
15-6, Wildcats on top. 9:27 to play in this third quarter. Rams football on WMIX is presented by Community First Bank. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. Well, let's see if the Rams can do what they did towards the end of that second quarter, and that's move the football.
Yep.
Back to return. It'll be Lloyd and Hunter.
Can't panic. Cannot panic giving up this touchdown as kindergarten RPE has broke out behind us, running up down the hallways. The teacher and me is like, stop running there, but like, settle down, children. Can't have that going on.
Well, the Rams definitely do not need to settle down here, unlike the children behind us. Here comes the kickoff. It's a squib on the ground, picked up by Lloyd at about the 15. Now up the middle unscathed. Good wed there, trying to rush for it at the 50. Now the 45-40. Looked like he was going to break back to the near side on a cut. Gets down to about the 35-yard line. Heck of a return for C.J. Lloyd. It'll be of about the 45-yard variety or so.
That's huge. That momentum was on this sideline, on the home sideline, and then you could see with that run back by Lloyd, Mount Vernon gets that momentum back their way, and now Mount Vernon has the football to Marion 37, and the Marion defense will be tested again. How big would this be to score on this particular play or drive?
Atrocious math on my part, closer to 50 or more on that.
I know who taught you freshman math.
Yes, you do. She did a phenomenal job. Quick pitch to the left side. It'll be Doug Gardner looking to break something here. Gets to about the 35. Gain of 3, flag on the far sideline.
Probably going to be motion against Mount Vernon. It's on the line of scrimmage. I would say it's motion, 5 yards. Marion will move him back from where the flag was, which is on the line of scrimmage. It'll be 1st and 15. Or at least I suspect.
9:12 to go. Third quarter action for Marion. The Wildcats scored on their first drive of the half, lead at 15-6. Rams scooted back on a motion penalty.
Yeah, 5 yards. That's the 4th penalty for Mount Vernon in the half, or in the ball game now, especially, I should say. So it's 1st and 15.
It is the bottom of the hour on WMIX. Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. Enjoyable to have you along with us tonight with video on mywithersradio.com. Young split to the right. Bradford looks like this time on the left. Wingbacks are Lloyd, Grider, and on a counter it'll be C.J. Lloyd coming. Between the hashes, stumbles to about the 39-yard line. So gets back to, looks like, about the original line.
Well, as we sit here and watch this go, 2 years from now, when Mount Vernon returns again, this will not be the setup. This will be a turf field. The track will be gone, and it'll be a different setup from what I've been told. Track will move to the soccer field area, and the football field will be a football-only complex with the weight room stuff down here on the east end.
Interesting. Pitch to the left side will come to Gardner. He's going to be brought down almost immediately. That was a good job of wrapping up by number 58. J.D. Ray. He had some help from over the top, literally.
You feel like Marion was inspired at the half. And was told, you better wake up or you're going to have to deal and let them play. And it seems like Marion has kind of been given an inspirational talking to at half.
3rd and 14 from the 40-yard line. Ball spotted on the far hash in Marion territory with a man in motion. Handoff is going to go this time to Doug Gardner, who runs between the hashes shy of the 30. That is a gain of about 9.
How in the world? The way the lineup was, the way Marion lined up, and they were off. They were off. They were playing to the weak side, and they lined up weak against Mount Vernon's strong side. And when that happened, I couldn't believe that they did. They made the wrong adjustment, lined up wrong, and adjusted wrong, and Mount Vernon had a big yard gain here going into 4th down.
Ball on the 31. Your right wing back is Robert Grider. Split to the right is Zane Young. Split to the left, Pat Bradford. Reeves is under center. Looks like Miller Gray is your left wing back. Your tailback, it'll be Gardner. It's going to be to Miller Gray up the right side, maybe to the 20-yard line. Motion penalty?
Its penalty was thrown by the side judge on this side. So it's either an illegal formation, equipment, movement. We'll see. Yep, movement on Mount Vernon. They'll move that back 5 yards, so it'll go from 4th and 4 to 4th and 9.
All beyond the 36-yard line for the Rams. Bang, bang goes the shot in the foot.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. The flag blew, and they let the play go. Usually on something like that on motion, they'll stop that play. Wow. That hurts Mount Vernon in a big way because they had a 1st down and more yardage.
7:18 mark of the 3rd quarter, 15-6, Marion on top. Video streaming fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. Find out more about Dale's HD and their 10-year life of cycle warranty on dales-hd.com, or find them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Split left, Bradford. Split to the right, it'll be Jacoby Marshall. Man in motion is going to be Grider. Thought I heard a whistle blow play dead. We have another flag.
5 more on Mount Vernon. Movement again. Man. Mount Vernon's running out of hoofs to shoot, I should say. Ping the Rams.
Yikes. Well, go back 5 more. 4th and about 13. Goes back to the 40.
Can you see where you're at?
A little bit.
Okay, I mean, if you
I'm
want me
working
to
around,
move
I'm fine.
or down, or if I'm too high in this nice, comfortable chair here.
I am playing the card I've been dealt. Or the cards, I should say.
That's a good card.
I'm fine.
I mean, this is a nice setup.
I set us up pretty good bringing this other table
Well,
alongside.
it's nice
too.
to know that we have crowd security here protecting us.
Yes. They keep it secure.
Yeah.
3A is doing a fine job
3A
tonight.
is doing a fine job down there tonight. I can see where he's at. He's here in front of the Marion sideline.
Of course. Friendly foe. Let's see what we get. It'll be a fake. And looking for the slant pass to Hunter, and they are going to be nowhere near 1st down yardage. It'll be complete. No, dropped. Anyway,
not understood there, Chris. You need 4th and 15 or 16 yards, and you run a 7-yard slant. Not going to get you much in the middle of the field because Marion's going to play prevent, let you catch it in front of them, and prevent you from the 1st down. Not a good pattern run, not a good play there at all.
Rams football is presented by Community First Bank. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. So it'll be a turnover on downs, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. The ball between the hashes on the 40. Lewis returns to work out of the shotgun. It's going to come to Henry Jones up the near side. Is that a horse collar?
No, it is not. That is just a tackle grab underneath the pads.
Gotcha.
Pulled him down. It rolled him over.
Did not get a very good look at it, but that was a great job by
Kyle
Kyle Nelson.
It's kind of like half the season's over. Marion's went away from the pass. Now the second half of the season all run. They've only thrown the ball 4 times tonight, none of them in this 3rd quarter.
Lewis out of the shotgun. It'll be a quick pitch pass over there to the right side for Jones. Gets to midfield up that in between the hashes, near the far hash, I should say. That'll bring up 3rd and short. Right about midfield.
Quarterback keeper. I'd get up there quick while Mount Vernon's trying to sub. If you're the quarterback, I'd go right up underneath him, tap him, and go, but they're not going to do that. They're going to out of shotgun here. Spread again.
There you go. This works thus far, and they're going to go to Jones, who escapes a few tackles in the backfield. Now has nobody left to beat as he crosses the 25, 20, 15, 10. Far hash 5, touchdown. And Marion takes a 21-6 lead with 5:43 to play in the 3rd quarter, a lot like a season ago. Different location this time.
Oh, Henry. As Jones runs for a touchdown, it's 22-6, and just like that, wow. Times they are changing here in this one.
Yes, sir.
50-yard touchdown run. That means if you're keeping track at home, that would be 9 out of 11 touchdowns. Mount Vernon's given up 30 yards or more.
Oh, man.
Different Wildcat team here in this 2nd half. You can tell that they were going to do things a little different, and they have.
Have indeed, as it is 22-6, a 16-point ball game, as the Wildcats get the PAT. We'll be looking for a Rend Lake College player of the game after this one. At Rend Lake College, you can get a quality education and save thousands. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you.
All quiet on the home front. Only score, here's one. Halftime. DuQuoin 61, Sparta 12. You think the Indians are healed?
Ouch.
Indians have, now home's not been very kind to them with the turf, but they have a lot more home games left than road games. I think 3 out of 5,
Ooh.
3 out of 4, something like that. DuQuoin's going to be back in those playoffs again. Chance, depending on enrollment, usually a 3A, have been forever, might be 2, depending on where that enrollment line falls.
That'd be most interesting.
Well, last week's opponent we saw in Mount Vernon saw an Altoff is floating on that 3A, 2A bubble also.
They go 2A, look out. They go 3A, look out. Look out.
That's what somebody said something about that last week. Said, boy, 2A. I said, you better think 3A. And they said, oh, no, somebody will get them. I said, down here, Altoff, after playing a basically 5, 6, 7, 8A schedule,
yep,
it makes a huge difference.
Huge difference between playing somebody like Belleville West and then playing like a Lanark Eastland up north or something. You know what I mean? Just different world, as that's going to be a kickoff to about the 45.
You're up 22-6, and you kick one off one of the up men, and now Mount Vernon gets the ball at their own 46-yard line.
Now we have a flag.
That's why coaches have gray hair from kickers at the football level.
I think that was West Song that fell on it, but I did see a flag come in late.
Played a good tune to fall on it.
Yeah.
Now the flag is at the Mount Vernon 44. Did it go 10 yards?
That's the only
Personal
thing
foul.
I can think of.
Marion. So now, not only do you kick it short, Marion just got flagged for 15 yards. That's their second personal foul penalty of the game. Not sure what happened. My goodness, why the trash talking and whatnot? You can see Jeff Sema having a fit down here. The defensive coordinator for Marion is very unhappy with his defensive unit.
Almost a net loss on the kickoff.
Yes.
Oh, man, the Rams have got to take advantage here. Marshall split to the right, Bradford on the left. Your backs are Miller Gray, who's in motion. And they're going to go a quarterback keeper here. Dialed up to try to go toward the far hash on the turnaround.
Ooh.
And that is a good stop there by J.D. Ray, who has been big tonight.
That hurts me sitting up here.
Nickname might be Whiplash.
You think?
5:27 to go here in the third quarter. 22-6 Marion on top. 2nd and 9 for the Rams. Ball near the 40-yard line in Marion territory. Spotted on the far hash. Reeves will come back from the sideline with some instruction. We'll see what it is here for the Orange and Black.
After that hit, he may come back with more than that. He got smoked.
He got thumped. Miller Gray,
yeah,
Lloyd, and Gardner, your backs here for the Rams. Split to the right, Marshall, split to the left. Bradford, it's in motion to Miller Gray. And there is a fumble on that one. There was not a clean transition whatsoever in that handoff. The Wildcats recover at about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 Marion on another Rams shot in the foot.
You can't do it. And Mount Vernon seems to me, Chris, pretty happy with what they've done in the first half. Shouldn't be, but they're happy, and they are not good. And right now they're playing lax compared to the edge they had in that first half. They've had 2 turnovers already with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter.
So the Wildcats take over, the ball on their own 44, 1st and 10, 4:55 to play in the third. Marion up 22-6. Lewis looking to pass, has a man trying to run deep. Now over the top, there's a completed pass, but dropped at the 35-yard line, intended for, I believe, Hewitt.
No completions for Marion. That would be rare. And Marion just not able to get anything going on the passing game. They've had to earn everything running-wise tonight, Chris, and that's been the scary part. Because Marion basically known since Kerry Martin got here as a team that likes to pass the football.
And now it's going to be Dalton in the backfield stopped for a loss. It'll bring up 3rd and long here for the Wildcats. He was trying to play a little bit of running game there between the hashes. Not much happening. A wall of Rams defenders came in.
Heavy on the little bit as well.
Yes.
Because there wasn't much there. 3rd and about 11.
A dash. A pinch.
Yeah.
3rd and 11 for the Wildcats. You said it best. 4:25 to play in this third quarter. It's 22-6 Marion on top. Out of the shotty. Here we go. Lewis out of the gun. Split to the right. That is Jawan Tucker. He's going to roll left. He's looking for Brant Hill, but giving chase and tripping him up
He's down. I was going to say, he was down back there, yeah.
Grider tripped him up near the 40, and he got rid of it last possible moment. It may be too late.
4th down. Wow. Boy, Mount Vernon has really thrown a wrench into Marion's offense, and this will be a valuable piece of DVD, a.k.a. computer, a.k.a. whatever the coaches trade now via the computer, because, boy, this defense from Mount Vernon has really flustered Marion here tonight.
Flustered them indeed. And we will see how things work here for the Rams as they look to get another chance offensively.
Mount Vernon is being very aggressive, sending a spy and a linebacker in the backfield. Snap over the head.
This could be trouble, and he will fall on it at about the 20-yard line. Might have had a chance to get back up and get a bit of a kickoff, but just laid there.
That is a kid not understanding or realizing what's around him. He had a 10-yard cushion to pick that up and kick it. In his mind, he probably thought he heard footsteps or had less time, fell on it at the 20, and now Mount Vernon will start with the football at the Marion 20-yard line. What a gift Marion has given here.
Red zone. See what happens. Rams football, of course, presented by Community First Bank with 5 locations in Mount Vernon, Dixon, and Woodlawn. Community First Bank, proud to be the official voice of the Rams on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Reeves under center, same personnel. Marshall split to the right, still in the ball game. It is going to be a flag in the backfield as that went to, I believe, Mr. Gray. And he's going to be 50 shades of black and blue after that.
Somebody was thinking they were going to get the football moved a little quick. Tip their hand, as they would like to say. 5-yard penalty on Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon's running to the sideline.
Well, what a shootout they have at the home of the Hatchets. Mount Carmel leads Washington, Indiana. Big 8 action, 52-41 after 3. I just got that one, had to read it.
Yeah.
Combined 93 points. That is unreal. Scoreboard updates tonight, as you know, presented by Tony Wilt State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance financial service needs, see Tony Wilt in Mount Vernon on the corner of 42nd South Water Tower Place. You can find him online at TonyWilt.com. Don't forget the red Jeep is the international symbol for Tony's in his office. Walk in, call in, or click in like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
We got timeouts everywhere. What's going on here?
So timeouts presented by the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon. Home medical equipment and pharmacy and more. The Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Get to know them. Proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams, Eric Black and his staff down there at the Medicine Shop. So what we have here is 4:04 to play in the third quarter, a 22-6 ball game. Rams trailing the Wildcats, down a few possessions at this point, and with the start of this third quarter, not getting a feeling of similarities to the first half, but the Rams have done a great job since giving up that first touchdown on the opening drive by the Wildcats. Now looking to make something happen here after getting a gift on a failed punt. On the snap that went bad, the punter fell on it at the 20. Rams trying to move the ball here. 2nd and 12 from their own, from the Marion 23. 4:04 to play here in the third quarter. Don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports.
Kerry Martin down there encouraging his Wildcats. I mean, he is talking up and down the sideline. He is trying to keep a group of teenagers, kids in the game, heads in the game is what he's doing.
Split to the right, Marshall. On the left, it is Bradford. In motion, it'll be Lloyd. And that's going to come to Lloyd as he comes up the right side to the 20, looking to the 15, 10-5. Does he have anybody to beat? Touchdown as he sneaks inside the near corner. And the Rams make it 22-12, barring any laundry on the field. Good job by Lloyd on the run, Danny. Yep. A big touchdown run for CJ.
And that was key. Got to the outside and was able to score. And Lloyd, with that 20 yards, gives Mount Vernon a touchdown. A tremendous run by Lloyd.
Good run by the 5'10 junior C.J. Lloyd. And now the Rams will attempt the PAT. The cheerleaders will do some push-ups. And maybe he can make it 22-13.
Got to go for 2.
Going to go for 2. Yep. Keep it a possession. Make it a possession, I should say. Good grief.
Yeah, there's all kinds of traffic. Well, you got the hospitality tent room up here to our left for the boosters and the kiddies come up here and run.
It's a very Metamora-like feel, which is very nice. That's a great football tradition up here, up there. As they're looking for the corner fade, do they come up with it on the far side? And it falls incomplete. It was intended for Jacoby Marshall, far corner on the fade.
No flag. Marion lucky they did not get a penalty there, but 22-12 at this point.
Really nothing to lose on that 2-point conversion. A brilliant move there.
Well, you have to. You're down 2 possessions. And what do we have here? Flag? Yeah, we have the flag. Yeah, that's pass interference on Marion. Hey, hello. Yeah, I wondered where that was coming from because it was obvious that he was interfered with, but we'll do it again on the 2-point conversion as they line back up.
So the Rams get a little closer now, trailing 22-12 here in the third quarter. As I lost the trash can. Going for a smooth move, and there was a fan there, no longer a trash can. Huh. Teach me for rolling into the other room. The Rams are going to try to roll for 2 here, and it's going to be Lloyd. Can he dive in? Looked like he snuck in underneath. Gets it, 22-14. The Rams are back within a possession, 3:58 to play in the third. That's what they need.
That's what Mount Vernon needs. Now you need your defense to step up and make some big plays as we move along. Interesting all along Route 37 tonight with scores. Things start rattling around here.
Talking about Route 37, I was surprised to see one. Salem Effingham was scoreless at the half, speaking of battles of Route 37.
Well, that one.
That's telling.
Yeah, that's telling, all right, of our postseason plans.
Yes. They will be changed this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to have changes anyway. New people along and everything else. Well, I know why Chester's up on Johnson City, because our WMIX sports correspondent's there. And every time John Shadowlands goes to a game, it happens that way.
Except for last week, he got a good one.
Right. But more times than not.
As we await the kickoff. Tucker and Jones back to return deep for the Wildcats. What the Rams going to go with here? They're going to go ahead and go onside. Can they beat? Back to the ball. Let's see. It looks like Marion may have a hand on it at about the 44.
They got to unscramble the pile.
Actually, it's 46.
Mount Vernon has
Mount Vernon's jumping up and down. They do have it.
Yep.
3:55 to play in the third.
Whoa.
And the Rams will have the football, a chance to tie it up.
The Marion receiver there, Chris, you could tell he didn't know what to do.
He was nervous.
He did not know what to do as far as going up and get it or not.
Well, even before the ball was kicked, he was tipping off, don't kick it to me.
Yep.
Because you knew it was in the back of his mind that an onside kick was coming. That's exactly where the Rams and Zach Swinton go with it. I almost said Mike. Jeez.
Wow. Continuous clock. Chester 49, Johnston City 7.
Yikes. I know somebody's not going to be very happy.
Mount Vernon's offense, Marion's offense is on. And now they say Marion has the football. Boy, I tell you what, they could have waited any longer. We'd be waiting for next year.
I thought the initial reaction was that the Rams had the football.
It was the initial reaction, and it was Mount Vernon football. And a change. Guess their prerogative.
Okay. So strike that. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 46, 3:55 to play as they look to extend this one-possession ball game. Good grief. Feel like I'm watching Sunday action.
Well, I have to ask permission on this once the next play is over.
Yeah, of course. As Jones will be hit hard in the backfield. Yep. The Rams saw that one coming. Lewis out of the shotgun, went to dial up 17 again. Didn't work out that time. Nope. Tackle for loss.
Big play by the Mount Vernon defense. Got to throw a shout out to Mount Vernon Lady Rams head basketball coach Jeff Lonan and Benton Rangers boys basketball coach Ron Weinmiller listening to us as they head to South Bend, Indiana to cheer on Michigan tomorrow against Notre Dame, I'm sure.
Good guys to have in the same room together as long as you don't make a dumb comment about 80s golf.
Yep.
You'll be all right. 3:23 to play, third quarter action, 22-14, Marion on top. Back out of the shotgun for Lewis, split to the left. It will be Brant Hill and Tucker. They're going to put, trips in the slot here on the left side. Out of the shotgun for the Wildcats. Rams looking to cover over the top. Lewis is looking downfield to an unsuspecting. It's tipped. That was an unsuspecting number 7, Jake Weaver.
Yep.
And that was a good job. Both Clayton Reeves and Travis Mitchell in the neighborhood off of the tipped pass, but it'll fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 15. Clock stops at 3:04. One possession ball game. Rams looking for the big defensive stop.
You have a quarterback with no confidence right now, and you can tell. And that, my friends, does not bode well, as they say.
We also have a Go Irish.
I don't doubt that. Yeah, I was doing that plug to Coach Weimer and Coach Lana, to be honorary.
And here comes a blitz out of the shotgun. Who was that? That was Pat Bradford, the senior, laying out Lewis at about the 26-yard line. So that'll bring up 4th and forever for Marion. And these Rams look absolutely sparked on defense. Wow.
Mount Vernon blitzed. Bradford threw full out, all out blitz. Nobody Marion could pick him up. And a definite advantage for Mount Vernon right now.
Ended up a full house backfield with the wrong house in it.
Well, yeah, that's what you call full-out blitz. Bringing the house.
Reminds me of the scene from Twister where they're driving through the house.
And Marion was trying to set up a screenplay. Mount Vernon had the right play called. They just overloaded it. Too many guys to block.
Rams football, of course, is presented by Community First Bank as they look to have first down here off of the punt. Hunter was back to return far hash at about the 36, but it's going to take a Marion bounce toward the sideline. They will down it at about the 37, where the Rams will have it first and 10. 2:06 to play in the third quarter, 22-14. Marion on top, but a great opportunity for the Rams. Speaking of great opportunities, with 5 Jefferson County branches of responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. About 10 minutes shy of the top of the 9 o'clock hour here on WMIX with video online at mywithersradio.com. Chris Hugo at Danny Czerwinski. Rams take over on offense. First and 10 from their own 38. Miller Gray is in motion, but that is going to be Gardner. Has one man left to beat as he cuts to the outside about the 40, 35, 30, 25, pushing him out of bounds, falling into the strobe light there from the photographer at about the 18-ish.
Oh, that's not the guy we know.
No, it's not.
40-yard run for Gardner. Quick hitter off the left side. Just direct handoff, and, boy, he got outside. And, boy, the Daubers down on the Marion side. This Marion team did not think they would be in this kind of game tonight here at home against this winless Mount Vernon team.
I was trying to find who he had left to beat. Might have been Hunter Odom, but other than that, that was a good play by Doug Gardner. Split to the right, it'll be Marshall. On the left, it's Pat Bradford. Had that big sack on Lewis in the earlier Marion drive. It'll be a man in motion. It's going to be Lloyd, and we will have a penalty.
Fourth time Marion has jumped tonight on defense.
They are pointing at the Ram offensive line. Of course.
Well, you know, that's going to happen. I point, you point. It's like being on the playground. He threw something at me. No, he did. Here we go. Nah, yeah, got it. I'm telling you, another first down.
So it's getting interesting.
First and 5. Well, this score, Chris, when it goes out third quarter, if Mount Vernon scores, there'll be some opening eyes around the area.
The ball will be on the 15. First and 5 for the Rams. We drop below the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. 22-14 your score. One possession game. Reeves, your quarterback, under center. Split left, split right, and a double wing back spread. Illegal motion.
What you can do worse, we can do worse better. You jumped off sides. We'll move on false start. Yeah, yes.
So first and 10.
I made the mistake of mentioning early in the game this game was moving along at a good pace. However, now it is snail's pace at best.
Hey, they're just getting started in Centralia.
Well, that'd be good entertainment on the way home.
You're right. So let's see what the Rams do here. It'll be Marshall on the right. Left, it'll be Bradford. Right wing back will be Montez Miller-Gray. Tailback will be Gardner. He'll get it on a quick pitch right. Shook a man in the backfield. Does he get to the line of scrimmage? Might have gotten to the 15. It'll be second and about 5.5.
Yeah. Pretty good run.
1:40 to play in the third. Rams trailing 22-14, looking for a chance to get in the end zone and tie this one up on the two-pointer. We owe you some scoreboard updates. We'll get to more of that in the fourth quarter as we'll have some finals maybe start to roll in. I do see one that wrapped up here across Route 13.
Kind of in the middle of a bullseye area tonight. West, east, north. Nothing south. I think we're the farthest one south tonight, actually.
The only thing out of the south are winds out of the south-southwest.
I'll take that back. Nope, that's south.
Yep.
Nope, that's not south.
Nope. Reeves under center with a man in motion. It's going to be Lloyd. Counter coming. It's to Grider. Gets to about the 12-yard line on a dive. Went left that time. Got 3 on the play, and it'll bring up third and roughly 2.5 as we drop below the minute mark of this third quarter. I'm fraction happy tonight.
Big play. Mount Vernon 2 plays to get a first down. Under a minute to go in the third quarter.
I didn't give the yardage I gave.
Well, the ball, remember, yeah.
Happens. See what the Rams do here. Same personnel, same set. Reeves is under center. Miller-Gray's in motion this time. They snuffed out Gardner in the backfield. They'll tackle him for a loss of 1. That'll bring up fourth and about 5. Need it now.
Oh, yeah.
Polite kindergartners making their way through this time.
Oh, yeah, they're polite.
They were upset that I was talking.
Yeah.
They wanted me to be quiet for the radio guy.
Bubblegum blowing mouths, marshmallow toes. Bubble mouths, marshmallow toes. That's how you do it.
And the third quarter will end as the Rams will have it to start the fourth and 6 on the Marion 15. The Marion Wildcats 22, the Mount Vernon Rams 14. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Backaches, bad hips, rickety knees? Why not try aquatic therapy? The Red Lake College Aquatic Center has more than a swimming pool. Try a 6-lane, 75-foot lap pool, along with a whirlpool 10 feet in diameter and a 10-foot by 20 hydrotherapy pool. Aquatic therapy is very affordable. In many cases, the tuition is waived entirely. With special access and dressing areas for the elderly and physically challenged, getting in the water is easy. Experts are on hand to assist in various areas of aquatic fitness and rehab. Call 437-5321, extension 1207, or visit rlc.edu.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler on WMIX.
You bet. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, the aforementioned King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find their inventory online at kingcitychrysler.com. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski is alongside. Jeff Crow is with us, actually on the roof here tonight, bringing you the video on mywithersradio.com. Here for your listening pleasure. In the top of the hour window, WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting as we near 9 o'clock in Marion. As we head to the fourth quarter, Rams have 4th and 6 from the 15-yard line in Marion territory, so in the red zone threatening, but with a 4th down. As we get a fresh 12 on the clock, trailing by 1 possession, it's 22-14 Marion. See what the Rams employ here. I'm going to guess a double back spread set. I would be right. Split right Marshall, split left Bradford, Reeves under center. Looking around, man in motion. It is going to be a Reeves keeper trying to brust off tackle. Gets within the 14, but pushed right back, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Marion gets the football.
They snuffed it out. They knew it was coming, and there was nothing that Mount Vernon could do. There was more blue shirts to block than what Mount Vernon had white shirts to block. Reeves lost yardage. Another turnover for the Mount Vernon Rams.
Not what they needed, but give them credit for trying to make something happen. They're trying to keep this a one-possession game. They were trying to tie it there, but wasn't going to happen in that particular drive. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dix, Ina, Woodlawn, and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, no less. They get the name drop tonight. Lewis gets the work out of the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Jones, and that was snuffed out. Was that Armstrong? That was Justin Armstrong on the tackle.
Yep, he letting them know he was here tonight. Nice hit.
Hello.
And nice wrap.
Wow.
Yep.
So what you sniff out, we can sniff out better, to borrow a term from you and modify it slightly. 11:30 to play. Fourth quarter action. 2nd and 13 for the Cats from their own 11-yard line. Lewis out of the shotgun. He's going to send Hill to the left. Split to the right is Jawan Tucker. Couple in the slot on the left side. Lewis looking to his right, going to have to shake a man. Kleiman Cantley wraps him up. It'll take a trio to bring him down. Does he hang on to the football? Rams think they have the football. Kyle Nelson signals. And that is going to be a forced fumble. And I think Bradford was the one who stripped it and recovered.
Good play for Mount Vernon.
From
they make
start
the
to
play.
finish.
Yeah, they tackle, loss, strip, have the football. What a nice play by Mount Vernon.
I'd have to go back and watch film, but from the naked eye, it would appear that Cantley started with the wrap, and Bradford might have stripped and recovered. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams, maybe 1st and goal. Yeah, they lay the chains down. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Wow. Good break there for the Rams. So what plagued Marion last week were interceptions. This week it's a couple of fumbles. Reeves under center, split to the left, it'll be Bradford. Split to the right, it'll be Marshall. Nobody in motion, nope, it'll be Lloyd, and it's going to be Gardner trying to lure them.
Got about 3.
Not bad. So down at about the 7-yard line. He was just inside the near hash. And we'll drop below the 10:58 mark. 22-14, Marion on top. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Marion 7 for the Rams as they threaten. Not bad. How huge this would be if the Rams could tie it.
Yeah.
A lot would have to go right.
Yeah. We got to get a score. Can't think about anything else till you do get the score.
Get the end zone first, then worry about getting to the end zone again for a 2. Left wing back is Lloyd. Right wing back, Miller Gray. Your tailback will be Gardner. In motion, it'll be Lloyd. Just get it off to Lloyd. He swipes a couple of tackles, gets within the 5. Does he scoot over the end zone?
Nope, 6 yards, looks like.
Thought he might have crossed the goal line. He's going to be just shy. It's going to be it's going to be 3rd and a nose inside the 1-yard line. Wow.
Mount Vernon has an opportunity here. Slingshot is in their hand tonight. Can they pull it off?
Well, what a big win it would be, and what a big, huge burst of momentum it would be for a team trying to get their first win to do it on the road at Marion. It was about 2006 when the tide started to turn here in Williamson County, and everybody else that came in here was the underdog.
Well, Mount Vernon has not beaten Marion the last 3 years.
They have not. Reeves under center. And it's going to be a pitch to the outside. It'll be Young cutting back, and he gets the touchdown. C.J. Young, a 1-yarder. And it'll be 22-20. The Rams within a deuce. Going to go for 2 here to try to tie it up at the 9:34 mark of the first.
That's Lloyd's second touchdown of the night.
Wow.
On the 1-yard run. And we have a ball game, and one that Marion does not want to be in right now. Mount Vernon has scored back-to-back touchdowns.
Oh, my. 9:34 to play in regulation. 22-20 is your score. The Rams look like they might be doing the same thing. It's going to be to Lloyd. Will they sniff it out this time? Yep. Lloyd makes it in. We're tied. C.J. Lloyd making a case to be your Ridley College player of the game.
If he's not, I don't know who would be at this point.
He has
played
his heart out tonight. Ridley College offers over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu to see how you can save thousands of dollars on your collegiate education. C.J. Lloyd making a strong case. 22-22. We are tied at the 9:34 mark of the 4th. Unreal. Video on mywithersradio.com. Glad to have you with us here on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service of Withers Broadcasting. Covered it, but now we're past the top there. Might as well mention it again. Man, follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. You can stay in the game and stay up to date. Man, this is good.
This is what Mount Vernon wanted, a shot. They have their shot now. What will they do with it? What will Marion do? Marion probably thought by now they'd be thinking about dinner plans, and they're in a ball game they didn't think they'd be in, I don't believe.
Back to return, Jawan Tucker, the near man at the 5 on the far side. It is Henry Jones. Rams defense needs to continue coming up big because they have been omnipresent tonight. Maybe a renaissance of Mount Vernon football here. Let's see what happens. Here comes the kick. It'll bounce at about the 25. It'll be picked up maybe by Dalton. Had a hand on him at about the 30. It was got to stop that arm tackling. Man.
Big hit.
We'll see what happens. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on or about the 32-yard line. Big here. 9:29 to play in the 4th quarter. 22-22. We're tied. Of course, it's not rocket science. Apologize for the insulting of intelligence there. Hyphen Bowl going on tonight. Milk Bowl going on tonight around the area in Week 5.
Well, here it is. Mount Vernon hadn't had this a lot all year. Make a stop, get the ball back, and try to get a late lead.
We'll see if they can get her done. To borrow a term I despise. Out of the shotgun, it'll be Lewis. Quick handoff's going to come to Jones. Trying to veer up this right side, trying to break to the outside along the far hash. Brought down at the 41-yard line. I think Nelson was in on the tackle, as was Grider. Good job by the Rams.
Did you ever think you'd see a game where Marion would not throw the football?
No. Well, and have to admit, a little bit rattled after last week's performance. However, still coming in, I did not expect that. Right man in the slot will be Richard Campbell, not Rashad. Rashad's in Centralia. It'll be Jones trying to go again up the left side. Has a wide open field. At the 50, trying to get to the outside. 45 down to the 40, pushed out of bounds. And that could have been a touchdown-saving push by the Rams secondary. I thought that was Clayton Reeves.
Yep.
Oh, man. And Armstrong is down at about the 45. 8:50 to play in regulation. We're tied at 22. Gary Hammond of the Orthopedic Center is going to make the jaunt out there to try to see what's up.
Yeah, good run. And Marion, again, not passing the football. It's so shocking to me that they are not passing the football. Unbelievable.
Not to change the subject, but weren't we like 2 quarters ahead of Harrisburg?
Yeah.
I just got that final, and I know you did.
Yep.
Wow. We'll have it for you on Twitter. Follow us there at WMIX Sports. Justin Armstrong is down at the moment. We will not speculate. Hope that everything turns out okay, but if we have time, we might go ahead and sneak some score updates.
We do have some finals. Chester beat Johnston City 55-7. That was a road win. It was Harrisburg beating Massac 40-14, and also Carterville beat Nashville tonight 49-7. Throw in the fact that AJ is now up 41-0 on DuQuoin in the 4th, and late Carmi leads Fairfield 22-18. El Dorado is up 22-11 on Hamilton County in the 4th. Benton is up 18-14 at the end of 3 on Murfreesboro at home in a game that has seen a lot of fumbles and a lot of advantage taken by teams off turnovers in that one.
So Armstrong will hobble off the field with some assistance, but he is up nonetheless. 8:50 to play in regulation, tied at 22. Marion, Mount Vernon on the road in Williamson County. Ball on the Mount Vernon 41. Marion trying to threaten. Spread out formation here for the Wildcats. It'll be Lewis out of the shotgun. Split to the right, it'll be Tucker. It'll be a handoff to Jones. The running game's work. Nelson trying to bring him down. Will after a gain of about 4. Well, he dove for another 2, so he'll get a gain of 6 on that one. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Wildcats. Now another handoff coming as Jones trying to go up the right. Will be brought down at about the 29. That'll be Quayman Cantley, Nelson, maybe Grider all in on that for the Rams, but it'll be chain moving. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats.
Marion has dumped the passing game. They are lined up in the spread and just running the football. The passing game is gone right now.
The shotgun run been very effective. Jones again. Will anybody grab his number? It'll
Face
be,
mask.
Yep.
Could see it from here. Dalton's head spun around. That will be a face mask. So not only will Dalton get the 5, or Jones get the 5 yards. That was Dalton, wasn't it? And
that's Jones.
Oh, was it? Okay, so that's a face mask. So it'll be a 1st down Marion and 15 more yards from Mount Vernon, their 9th penalty of the evening.
What you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help from Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan to meet your goals with Country Financial representative in Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley. A booster sponsor here on Rams Sports on WMIX.
This is what good teams do. Marion, one of those teams, they can take advantage here.
Good teams are good in the 4th quarter regardless of how not so well they've been the rest of the way. As that penalty will take it all the way down to the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 8:10 to play in this 4th quarter. Lewis is going to hand off to the left side, trying to shake up the middle, I believe. That was looked like Mitchell Bartle, according to my roster. Hadn't seen anything out of him in this game, but
yeah,
comes into the 4th quarter, picks up a couple of yards, and it'll be 2nd and about 9.
Well, it's stopped. Mount Vernon's got to make a stop.
They're going to go this time to Dalton, shimmying up the middle, unscathed for a touchdown. They'll finally try to bring it down near the end zone. But Marion will regain the lead, 28-22, 7:38 to play in the 4th.
11-yard run right up the middle for Dalton. Marion has abandoned the passing game and is not doing that at all, and they're running it right up on Mount Vernon's defense right now. Question will be, what will Marion do? They're going to go for 1, and now Mount Vernon has to answer.
So they will go for the PAT here and try to take the 7-point lead. The kick is up. Looks good from where I am watching online. And the Wildcats take a 29-22 lead with 7:38 remaining in the ballgame.
Yep.
This shall be interesting.
Now can Mount Vernon, a little adversity, come back after the Dalton run?
Video,
that's the key.
Video online, fueled by Dale's Harley-Davidson, where they trade for anything. No smoke in the mirror deals at Dale's. Bikes as low as $29.95. There's a party every weekend, and Dale's is the only HD dealer in Southern Illinois that offers the 10-year life of cycle warranty. Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon. They're on Facebook, Twitter, online at dales-hd.com. Click on that link above the window you're watching. Check out dales-hd.com. Back to return the kickoff for the Rams. It'll be Hunter and Lloyd from far to near on about the 10-yard line. Cook is on to kick. Oh. Oh. Holy cow.
They're mad.
Not good. Here comes Cook. We'll explain that a little bit later. So you don't, yeah. It'll come near side. That looks like it is Hunter. Now at the 15, trying to cut across at about the 20, 25. Flags on the field.
Might be a hold, blocking the back. Your choice, your pick. It's going to be on Mount Vernon.
I think it'll be the bib, or the bitib, blocking the back. Either way, we shall see. Rams football is presented by Community First Bank with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. Remember FDIC. Wow. Golden Aces pick up a big win tonight against the Hatchets. I'll tell you all of this and more in our next scoreboard update. Coming your way probably before you know it. Probably before Danny knows it. Tend to spring those sometimes, surprisingly. So where is this going to end up? So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 15. 7:31 to play in the fourth quarter. 29-22. Marion on top. And we make some adjustments for tomorrow. I like it. So Lloyd was on the left looking to come around, but it would actually be a handoff up the middle. The play was almost busted up. Did not see who had it. I thought maybe Doug Gardner had it. Might have gotten near the 20. Might have gotten a sniff. It'll be a nice gain of about 6, so it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Rams.
Keep running the football. Lots of time left. Got time to march it down the field and get a score in that case.
Rams, same personnel here on 2nd and 4. This time it looks like it'll be Gardner trying to come near side. As he got to about the 25-yard line, should be close to a first down. If not, it's going to be 3rd and short. And the white hat points to first down. So the chains will move here for the Rams. 6:51 to play in the fourth quarter. One possession ball game. It's 29-22. Marion on top. Much closer than I think any of the pundits in Southern Illinois would give this game credit.
Yeah, much, much closer than what a lot of people thought. But all around us, blowouts everywhere. There's only been one game in single digits so far of a final.
Oh, man. Reeves is going to roll to the right side, losing ground, but being chased. Now he'll try to break to the outside. He'll be brought down for a loss.
He lost 10 on the sack. Should have thrown the football once he got outside the pocket, thrown at a pylon or something, or at the first down markers. Chains to get rid of it. Did not.
So the Rams will lose some yardage there, and that'll be yardage they may not have been able to afford to lose.
5 finals tonight. Your deficits are 48, 26, 41, and 42. The other one is a 4-point win.
Man.
And there's still DuQuoin's 71-19 run going on right now as well.
6:26 to play. Rams trailing 29-22. Reeves under center, 2nd and long. Ball on the far hash, and he is looking for the quick pass. It'll be to Bradford. He'll have to turn around 25, brought down 26. A gain of 6 will make it 3rd and 10. So they get back to the original line of scrimmage, but they're going to have to do more than that here on 3rd down. Down a touchdown in the fourth quarter as we approach the 6-minute mark.
Well, it's 6 to go, fourth quarter. You're at your own 26-yard line. You're 27, 9 yards to go. It's 2-down territory. I mean, at this point, it'll be interesting to see if Mount Vernon does not get the first down, if Coach Shaner does decide to go forward, or will punt and take field position, try to play that game.
We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios driven by Ford Square at 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Find their inventory online at fordsquare.com. We're online, mywithersradio.com with stream video on your radios on WMIX. In motion, Lloyd. Reeves going to keep it himself, trying to find a seam. Has to push his own man out of his way. Stays on his feet about the 30, trying to cut to the near side. 35, 40, still on his feet at the 45. Pushed out of bounds, 46. That's a good run by Clayton Reeves. First down yards.
Guts, glory, and running with assertiveness. And he did it and got about 6, 7, 8 yards. And, boy, what a run by Clayton Reeves. I mean, this a senior does not want to have this in the week 5. He wants to go on and do something else.
5:34 to play, and that is a young man trying to prove something.
Yep.
Trying to load a team onto his back and try to lead them to a victory here in the fourth quarter. 5:34 to play in the fourth. 29-22, Marion on top. 1st and 10 from the Mount Vernon 43. Ball will be on the near hash. Reeves under center. They'll send Lloyd in motion. That's who it's going to. They sniffed it out. Oh, thought he stayed on his feet, but they're going to blow the whistle. That'll be a loss in the play. There's a flag near the far sideline.
You know what has happened here?
It's going to be against Mount Vernon.
Why is the clock running? A little home cooking. Don't worry about it. 5 yards.
5:15 to play. 29-22 is your score.
It's the 11th penalty.
5 yards.
11th penalty for the Rams tonight.
Make quite a
Can't
few.
have that. Way too much. And now, Mount Vernon doesn't have time to be making penalties and silly plays. It's time to go.
Officials going to put some time back up there. 10
yeah.
seconds ran off. And
yeah.
Rams, here's the thing. If you're Marion, do you decline it to get the second down, or do you go ahead and accept and push it back 5 yards? It's 1st and 15 now as Marion accepted the penalty. Reeves will be under center. Clock will roll now from the 5:25 mark. We're in the fourth quarter. Rams down 29-22. Lloyd is in motion. Handoff's going to go to Gardner. Gardner's trying to bump to the outside. Now along the far hash. Gets to midfield. Dives to the 49. Good gain there by Doug Gardner, as that'll be about 10 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 5 now for the Rams.
10-yard run and back in it. Boy, Mount Vernon. I tell you what, it'd be an interesting thing here. We're a long way from this, but if you do go down and score, do you go for 2 or do you go for the tie? If Mount Vernon is so lucky and hopeful to get to that situation.
They go ahead and spot it on the 50. We're at midfield. Far hash. 2nd and 4 for the Rams, so it's a gain of 11. They gave better yardage than I did. Reeves is under center. They're ready to pounce. Trying to lure the Wildcats offside, it would seem. The center flinches, and the Rams will be pushed back 5.
Mount Vernon's going to get their 12th penalty of the night. False start. The center moved it. And then also, besides the center, a couple linemen from Mount Vernon had the fidgets. And when you move like that, 5 yards, 2nd and about 8. Mount Vernon was trying to get that extra play, get that extra free 5 yards so they could run 2nd and short. However, it's going to be 2nd and 8 now.
We'll have the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show coming up after this one. It'll be full of a scoreboard update, the Red Lake College player of the game, and your Heartland Accounting postgame stats. Pink balloon flying through the air. Lloyd in motion. He's going to try to go up the right side. Breaks the outside. Past midfield. Still on his feet at the 40. And now he breaks away from the 30, 20, 15, 10. Far corner touchdown. And the Rams are within 1, 29-22. No flags on the field. It'll be a 55-yard touchdown run by C.J. Lloyd. How funny. I mentioned Red Lake College player of the game, and C.J. Lloyd busts for a touchdown.
Wow. He really wants that. 3rd touchdown of the night on a 55-yard run by Lloyd. How kidding me? Do you go for 2? Or what do you do? It's interesting.
I have a feeling, knowing some of the things that we've gone for, that we're going to try to go for the win.
We're a gambling part team.
Obviously, anything can happen in 4-12. But, see what happens. The Rams are going to go for it. The Marion fans on their feet. 4:12 to play in the fourth. This is the point after attempt. The Rams will go for 2. Down 29-28. Reeves will be under center. They will split Bradford left, split to the right. It'll be Zane Young. Lloyd, Gardner, Grider. It's going to be a pitch. Young cuts, and he is brought down before the end zone. Brought down at the 1.
Wow.
And that will keep it 29-28 Marion. It looked
Big
good
hit.
until he was brought down. A big hit coming from the linebacker in the middle. Man, smashed. You hope that's what the Rams' hopes are not smashed at this point. Went for it and it came up short. Sometimes that happens. 29-28 Marion on top. And do you rely on your defense or do you go on for the onside kick?
Defense first with timeouts. Marion's going to run it. They've ran it all night. They haven't thrown the ball in the second half.
What a game we have had for you tonight. WMIX Mount Vernon. Online at mywithersradio.com with both audio and video feeds. The video broadcast is a complete feed. Audio might be an option for those of you with lower broadband connections. Wow. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Find us on Facebook as well.
Question will be, as you mentioned, do you go onside kick or do you kick it deep? I mean, if you go for 2 with 4:12 to go, that's a gutsy call, to say the least. And now, with 4:12 left, now what will Mount Vernon do? Will they kick it deep, take their chances, or are they going to do something else?
We shall see. Marion is prepared for both. And that is going to be up in the air. You got to let it bounce a little bit. That's not going to go 10.
They kicked it 8 yards. It was like a pooch punt.
Yep.
Can't do anything till it goes 10, and he kicked it up in the air, and the ball went straight up in the air, almost went backwards.
Had the right idea and did it well, just not long enough. 4:12 to play in the fourth quarter. Marion will have the football. They're up 29-28, and they will have it 1st and 10 with pretty good field position. Man.
Yeah, that's another deficit of a final 51 points.
Man.
51.
That is unfathomable.
It is becoming blowout Friday. This game, Carmi and Fairfield, their final is close. It's becoming a blowout Friday.
Out of the shotgun for the Wildcats. They're going to go to Young, presumably. Rams sniff it out in the backfield, and that'll be Bradford tackling for a loss behind midfield.
Oh,
it's going to be about the 47.
Didn't look like Jones was happy to have been tackled for a loss
that'll be
there.
A 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Wildcats. Nope, they're going to spot at the 49, 2nd and 14.
And here's Marion's problem. They've been going so quick in the second half, they're not used to slowing down. You slow down, you take out of your rhythm.
Right. So now the shotgun, it's going to be play action. Rolling to the right side, Lewis looking for the lob pass. And that will be incomplete at the 45-yard line in Ram territory near side. It'll be 3rd and 13 quickly.
Still no completions for Marion.
That's just unreal. You forget about it until you're reminded. We'll remind you of the time on the clock, 3:38 to go in the fourth. 29-28, Marion by 1. It'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. The ball on their own 48, and we'll have a Ram timeout.
Yep.
Timeouts
13.
Timeouts presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop. 30, make that 29. That's the score. How about 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon? Bad time to have to remember addresses, as it is a 29-28 ball game. Rams trying to defend here, trying to come up with a defensive stand. 3rd and 13 for the Wildcats coming out of the huddle. They'll have it on their own 48-yard line with 3:38 to go, up 1. What do you do here if you're Kerry Martin?
You're pinched in. I mean, you've thrown the football tonight 7 times. One of them incomplete, 6 of them. The other one was an interception. You've been running the football majority of the night. You basically ditched your passing game, kind of a move of panic. And you lose that confidence at quarterback. Now with 3rd and 13, you have to either have a running play or something to get big yard, or maybe an over-pursuit play. Maybe catch Mount Vernon off guard. Maybe see if they'll over-pursue on a particular fake and then run a different direction or another way. There's some options available here to Coach Martin, but you got a quarterback out there that hasn't completed a pass. They haven't used him to throw the ball, and now what are you going to have happen here with the fact that Marion has to run up and play fast football because that's what they've done all night.
3:38 to play in the fourth quarter. 3rd and 13 for the Wildcats. Out of the shotgun, it's Lewis looking to his left. Now right, throws over the top. Almost complete. It's picked off by the Rams. Travis Mitchell has it. Oh, that's Doug Gardner. My apologies. Trying to break to the outside, looking for the pick six. Gets to about the 40 in Ram territory. Make that Marion territory. Ball's at about the 38-yard line. Wow, huge. Still no completions for Marion. Doug Gardner picked it off the tip. It was intended for Spencer. He tips it. Gardner picks it up in the right place at the right time and takes it all the way back to about the 38 in Marion territory. Oh, my.
It is game on for Mount Vernon to come in here and steal one tonight.
And with 3:27 to go in the fourth quarter, Rams down 1, 29-28. 1st and 10. The ball will be on the Marion 38-yard line. Good pick there by Gardner.
Cannot blame the quarterback in that one because that was
not at all. You got to catch that.
Off the hands and gone the other way. That's a receiver interception is what that is.
And that's, believe it or not, does a lot of harm to the psyche of the quarterback, though it wasn't his fault. Lloyd's in motion. He's going to take it to the outside. You wonder if they're not going to start sniffing him out a little bit more. Maybe got 3 on the play as he broke to the outside, far sideline. Got to about the 35. Could be 2nd and 7 here for the Rams.
Another final, 20-point deficit.
Good grief.
Just saying week 5 is blowing out right now, and there's one game with a 33-point deficit, a 20-point deficit at halftime. There's only about 3 or 4 games right now with single-digit deficit point spreads.
Rams have it 2nd and 7, ball on the far hash, 35. Going to Lloyd on the outside again. He's trying to break for it, gets first down yardage as he gets out of bounds at about the 29-yard lines where I saw him go out. We'll see where they spot. They give him the 28, gain of 7. And that'll be 1st and 10, should be anyway, for the Rams from where I sit.
16th first down for Mount Vernon in the game.
Janes will move. 2:47 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 29-28. Glad to have you with us. WMIX, MyWeathersRadio.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jeff Crow bringing you the video. Jesse Clark keeping us on and off back at the studio. Split to the left, Bradford. On the right, it looks like it's Zane Young. Grider, Lloyd. Gardner, your backfield. Lloyd in motion again. This time they're going to go to Doug Gardner. He's going to drag some defenders with him. Forward progress carried him to what I believe to be about the 27. If that holds true, that's a gain of about deuce.
Couple of options. Mount Vernon's about a first down, maybe 2, 15, 20 yards away from Swin and have an opportunity to put this one away with a win with his leg if they cannot score a touchdown.
We'll see. His brother did it plenty of times. Lloyd in motion for the Rams, and that's where they're going to go as Lloyd is able to get a couple, broke to the outside as the ball was on the far hash. Maybe 3? Maybe more. Oh, that's a good spot.
We'll take that spot. That's friendly.
That's about a 5-yard gain for about 3rd and 4. Ball will be on the 23-yard line. We drop below the 2-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Time clicking off this fourth quarter clock. Cannot forget that. Now at 1:54. Under center, it'll be Clayton Reeves. Left, it'll be Bradford. On the right, Zane Young. Same backs in the backfield for Clayton. Senior quarterback will send Lloyd in motion. It's going to go to Gardner. Gardner dragged a couple of defenders with him again. But
decisions.
This will be 4th down and about 4. Maybe 3. 1:30 to play in the ball game. 29-28. Marion on top, and I have to assume we're going to have a timeout.
Oh, yeah. Got to think this one over. What you going to do?
Timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop. Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon are proud to be new sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Stop by and get to know the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Oh, man, oh, man. 1:29 to go. Fourth quarter action, 29-28. Wow, that spot was just not what I saw. 4th and a nickel is what the scoreboard says, with 1:29 to go in the fourth quarter. 29-28, Marion on top.
Yeah, that's got that right.
Wind is, of course, blowing.
This is it.
Against.
Ball game. Mount Vernon will either win or get a first down and go on, or Marion's going to get a win. Here it is.
Split to the left, Bradford. On the right, it'll be Young again. Reeves will be under center. Who are they going to hand it off to? You'd think that's probably what's coming. Gardner, as you tell, back in motion. It's Miller Gray. Reeves trying to carry himself, and he's not going to be anywhere close. And the Wildcats defense holds strong, and the Rams look like they're going to come up just short.
Yep. Marion is going to win by 1 point. Is not sure how many timeouts Mount Vernon has left at this point. And Mount Vernon is going to come painstakingly short here on the road at Williamson County tonight.
29-28 your score. Mount Vernon down a point, 1:17 to play in the fourth quarter. You give them credit for going for it on the two-point conversion. Trying for the win way back then. Forces a turnover to get the ball back on the interception by Doug Gardner. Get all the way to about the 23-yard line. And they come up just short.
Yep, victory formation. That'll be it.
So the Wildcats will take a few knees, and we'll head to the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Of course, as the Rams call a timeout first. This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop in Mount Vernon for home medical equipment and more. See the Medicine Shop. New sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Get to know Eric Black and his staff at the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Wow.
A game Marion did nothing to really win. I mean, seriously. I mean, this is one of those that Marion's going to look back and say, did we really win this game the way we played? As familiar song plays in the background.
I was just wondering the same thing.
Yeah.
A minute 12 to go in Marion. The Wildcats presumably going to win this one. 29-28 your score. They'll go back to the victory formation and continue to take knees up a point.
Well, Vernon gave it all they had, just a little short. And boy, Marion's going to be breathing a sigh of relief here tonight, that's for sure.
Out of the timeout we go. Rams football, of course, is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland, the official voice of the Rams on WMIX. As Marion will take another knee. With 5 locations in Mount Vernon, 2 of them there, of course, Dix, Ina, and Woodlawn, Community First Bank is proud to be the official voice of Rams athletics here on WMIX. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC. So less than a minute to play. Man, Rams came so close tonight in a game where very few gave them a chance to even be in the neighborhood.
I will say this, after this win, which Marion had 0 passing yards, 0 completions, they have more questions than answers as they go on into week 6.
30-second mark. By the time they spot and whatnot, Marion may not have to run another knee.
They will not.
So the Wildcats will escape their home turf with a win here this evening over the Mount Vernon Rams, 29-28. Will be your final. So we'll tell you all about in the second, or make that the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show here on WMIX and MyWithersRadio.com. We'll take a break. Your final, the Marion Wildcats 29 and the Mount Vernon Rams 28. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
We can't believe you missed last week's Saturday Sports Show, presented by Crossroads Community Hospital. To those who tune in on WMIX or MyWithersRadio.com, we enjoyed your company. But if you missed the area scores, in-depth interviews with the region's coaches, or missed out on the WMIX Sports question on Twitter and Facebook, the path to forgiveness is easy. Listen to previous Saturday Sports Show episodes on demand at MyWithersRadio.com. It's that simple. Or next Saturday morning, you could tune in after the 8 o'clock news. Either way, we forgive you.
Whether it's 3G Wi-Fi, in-dash navigation, a power sliding rear window, or one of over a dozen other cool available features, the 2012 Dodge Ram 1500 is full of innovations that you may have lived without, but will soon wonder why. Hi, Roy Schmidt Dodge dealer at King City Crisis Center, Mount Vernon. And for those who might not be tech savvy, the Ram 1500 also boasts in-floor storage bins and available 2-tier center console and the available Ram Box cargo management system. Wow, there's something for everyone in the 2012 Dodge Ram, and now you can get $1,500 rebate plus 0% financing for 84 months. Stop by King City Crisis Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon and see one of our sales associates about driving away in a new Ram or any new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, plus See our inventory on KingCityChrysler.com and find us on Facebook.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conradi to their medical staff. Dr. Conradi specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conradi will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conradi, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
Have you ever been traveling out of town and realized you needed cash? Using another bank's ATM can cost you a few extra dollars in fees to get the cash you need. Well, not anymore. People's National Bank introduces MoneyPass. MoneyPass allows you to use over 23,000 additional ATMs in the United States without any fees. Stop by People's National Bank. Visit peoplesnationalbank.com or moneypass.com to find out more information. People's National Bank, providing our customers the highest quality products and services since 1909. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses, offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
The best Rams broadcast coverage is right here. AM 940, WMIX Mount Vernon, and worldwide at mywithersradio.com. A free service from Withers Broadcasting.
And welcome back to Marion. This is your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. The Mount Vernon Rams win this one. Lose this one over the Marion Wildcats 29-28. Looking at some of the other scores. Freudian slip there, of course, but the Marion Wildcats do win this one 29-28, hanging on in somewhat of a surprise fashion. I don't think anybody thought the Rams would be into it that close. Marion made some mistakes. Of course, the Rams shot themselves in the feet a few times, but other than that, Danny, a great game between two South 7 rivals.
It was a game of oh so close. Mount Vernon made that gutsy call to go for it on a 2-point conversion down 29-28, and then had an opportunity late to try to win. Couldn't get it done. And it'll hurt. It will hurt. And unfortunately, it's going to be a tough one to get over because at 0-5, that eliminates you from playoff contention.
That it does. Of course, we have plenty of scores to report. We will do that a little bit later on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We'll also check in with your Heartland Accounting postgame stats as well as your Inlake College player of the game. It's all still to come on the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. See their inventory online at schmidtchevrolet.com or the Cadillac side, schmidtchevroletcadillac.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, all of that and more. The Rams fall here tonight on the road at Marion in a close one, 29-28. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Protect yourself and the ones you love by getting a flu shot at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy. It's the smart and healthy thing to do. Just walk right in. No appointments necessary, and no prescription from your doctors required. The shot is covered under Medicare Part B. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
We have a seasonal flu shot event, which is not just one day, but usually 4 or 5 days that we schedule nurses to come in and give shots. I can also give shots to anybody who can't make those specific days, for example.
Get your flu vaccine between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Save these dates in September, Tuesday the 18th and 25th, and in October, Thursday the 4th and 18th. If you're homebound, every effort will be made to schedule a home visit. Call us if you require the service. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. This is Matt Watercutty with Dale's Harley-Davidson in Mount Vernon, and I love that saying because it describes what we do and how we roll every single day. Well, listen up. We're living up to that saying with an amazing event on Saturday, September 22nd, starring Hill Conduct for the most incredible heart-stopping stunt riding you've ever seen. There'll be 3 exciting stunt riding shows at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m., along with tattoos by the Bearded Lady Tattoo Parlor. There'll be great food by Bugsy Chicago Dogs, excellent music, and prizes too. You don't want to miss the stunt riding by Hill Conduct, Saturday, September 22nd, only at Dale's Harley-Davidson. We're the longest-running Harley dealer in Southern Illinois, just off I-57 on North 44th in Mount Vernon. Call 618-244-4116. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or visit us at sales-hd.com. Remember, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Let's go back onto the gridiron on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Marion. The Rams fall here 29-28 to the Marion Wildcats. We need to check in with your Heartland Accounting How about your Heartland Accounting postgame stats? That sounds good.
Very unofficial. Mount Vernon 16 first downs to Marion's 11. Mount Vernon with 7 turnovers to Marion's 3. Mount Vernon 12 penalties for 77 yards. Marion 6 for 42. You're rushing. Mount Vernon with 334 unofficially, 206 for Marion. Mount Vernon had 16 passing yards to Marion's 6. They had 1 completion for 6 yards. Total was 350 for Mount Vernon, 206 for Marion. Clayton Reeves had 15 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown for Mount Vernon. C.J. Lloyd, 13 carries, 125 yards, and 3 touchdowns by my count. Henry Jones had 17 carries and 85 yards for Marion. Clayton Reeves, 2 of 5 for 16 yards in the game passing for Mount Vernon. 1 of 8, 2 interceptions, and 5 yards for Matt Lewis. DeMontez Miller-Gray led the Rams with 1 catch for 10 yards as Mount Vernon loses tonight in a heartbreaker on the road, 29-28.
Get started right and let Heartland Accounting help make your business a success. Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. Your small business expert. Plenty more to come here on your Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. We still have your Renly College Player of the Game, and we'll wrap it up with a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. Stay tuned. The Rams fall tonight on the road at Marion, 29-28. This is Rams football on WMIX.
If your definition of local is Southern Illinois and adjacent states, pay no attention to this message. Hi, I'm Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Others advertise the message of being a local community bank. However, Community First Bank is the only local community bank exclusively serving Jefferson County with 5 locations and 5 ATMs. In short, loans and deposits stay local and benefit you.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, and Dixon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Backaches, bad hips, rickety knees? Why not try aquatic therapy? The Red Lake College Aquatic Center has more than a swimming pool. Try a 6-lane, 75-foot lap pool, along with a whirlpool 10 feet in diameter and a 10-foot by 20 hydrotherapy pool. Aquatic therapy is very affordable. In many cases, the tuition is waived entirely. With special access and dressing areas for the elderly and physically challenged, getting in the water is easy. Experts are on hand to assist with various areas of aquatic fitness and rehab. Call 437-5321, extension 1207, or visit rlc.edu.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX. Time for the Red Lake College Player of the Game.
And we welcome you back to the Schmidt Chevrolet Cadillac postgame show. Before we get to, actually, let's see. Red Lake College Player of the Game, I think, is pretty obvious. C.J. Lloyd.
Yeah, 3 carries, 3 touchdowns, 125 yards, had 13 carries.
Fancy stud.
Great night for C.J. Lloyd, and really kind of was trying to propel Mount Vernon back into this game as he went on, but he is definitely your player of the game in this one for Mount Vernon. Clayton Reeves also not running, but C.J. Lloyd did a lot of good things here tonight.
There are a lot of guys that I thought really stepped up tonight. Pat Bradford had a sack. Pat Bradford had some tackles for a loss. You think to Nelson being in there a lot. Quayman Cantley had some big hits. Armstrong, before leaving the game, had some big knocks, and it just seemed like the entire team played a heck of a lot better here tonight and gave up a couple of big drives to the Wildcats. Finally fall 29-28. Red Lake College Player of the Game. They offer over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. Log on to rlc.edu. See how you can save thousands. We ready for a scoreboard update, or we still want to see if some more finals roll in?
I have got most of everything here.
Wow.
At the half, St. Altoff leads Centralia 21-20. It was Kokia over Carbondale Knight 33-30. Carmi beat Fairfield 22-18. Chester beat Johnston City 55-7. Session-Blair Waltonville Woodlawn beat CZR in the Hyphen Bowl 40-20. El Dorado beat Hamilton County 22-11, and Vienna beat Alvarado Trico 45-18. So out of the 7 games that are final in the BDC and South 7, 6 of the 7 games were double-digit victories. Now into River-to-River Conference as we move along. Benton over Murphy, 31-30. Harrisburg over Massac County, 40-14. Heron over West Frankfort, 35-20. AJ over Pinckneyville, 41-0. Carterville beat Nashville, 49-7. And DuQuoin beat Sparta, 77-26. all the scores for finals that could possibly be, besides Althoff and Centralia, heard first here on WMIX.
There you go. Find them on Twitter as well for your pleasure. WMIX Sports is where you can follow us. That's at WMIX Sports, technically. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/WMIX Sports. That's going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow morning. We'll have a bevy of coaches that you want to hear from. Tomorrow morning, we'll talk some high school football. We'll talk some high school volleyball. And, yeah, we're going to talk some high school softball as well. It's all to come tomorrow morning, 8:08 until 10 o'clock on AM 940, mywithersradio.com. You can find us online as well. For Danny Czerwinski, for Jeff Crow, for everyone at Withers Broadcasting, including Jesse Clark back at the station, thank you for listening and or watching Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX and mywithersradio.com. Chris Hugo here reminding you of your final score. The Marion Wildcats 29, the Mount Vernon Rams 28. Good night from Williamson County.